going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
From miles around, best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A
the show.
hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show. That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. That's easier than hello, Houston. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Bob Tallman, of course. My brains on both sides, Boyd Polhamus, Andy Seiler. I think in the pre-show, for those of you in-house, get a pretty good idea this is not just your regular rodeo. $2,533,000. No place in the world do we pay that kind of money. No place in the world are you going to see competition like we see today.
And I was sharing with you all before we went on how I get goosebumps on this day. But you have to understand there's 2 rodeos in one performance. We give the top 10 who have advanced through 5 Super Series to this great day, we give them all one shot. And then the top 4 come back in the shootout round for a chance to win $65,000, and I'm getting goosebumps already.
No, it's literally one of those days where you have to remind yourself to breathe. Calm yourself down and enjoy the moment, but look out. Stetson Wright in the bull riding is back healthy yet again. If you go back to 2022, he won this rodeo. He's an 8-time world champion, and the biggest question of all coming into this year's Rodeo Houston was making sure that Stetson is healthy. Fellas, look out.
Look out, he's healthy. When he won this rodeo, he scored 93 points. Amazing. You want to meet somebody else who's amazing? It's the 4th member of our team. This is Janie Johnson. Hi, Janie.
Hi, Boyd. It's going to be a great championship Sunday here at Rodeo Houston. Luke Bryan is ready to perform his 12th sold-out show at Rodeo Houston coming up after the rodeo. But like I said, it's championship Sunday, so we're looking to this rodeo performance, and we're going to see horsepower across the board, from the barrel racing to the bronc riding. And I want to talk about a matchup we're going to see coming up. Shamus is this awesome horse that Weston Patterson had in his Super Series. I was on the sideline. You can watch this horse. This gray animal kicked straight up in the air. It was one of the most impressive rides I'd seen this entire rodeo. Colby Wanchuk has Shamus coming up, and if he can do his job and Shamus does theirs, they're going to be moving on to the 4-man shootout.
Thank you, Jenny. We're all looking forward to Kobe on that horse, there's no doubt. But let's start it with a tie-down roping, brought to you by Boot Barn. And 364 days ago, it was this guy, Ty Harris of San Angelo, Texas. He would edge his younger brother in a rope-off to become the Rodeo Houston champion. Who's going to win it today? One of these 10 men. Tough Cooper has never done it. John Douch and Shane Hanchy have. Corey Solomon wants to win as well.
Veteran Marty Yates will be the first to try and stop the clock on Championship Sunday. $3,500 to the good for his trip this year to Rodeo Houston. $2.1 million over his career that spans over a decade. The 10-time NFR qualifier. Steps off his horse. Cab is standing and waiting at attention. Look out, the Texan's ready. 9-1 for Marty. That is his fastest time this year at Rodeo Houston.
And that might be the best calf he's drawn this year at Rodeo Houston. That little Charlet did not run hard. And that's kind of an advantage. Remember, the luck of the draw plays a role in what happens today. What calf did you draw? What horse or bull did you draw? It's got to fit you.
Let's see how lucky the Blaine Cox can be. Born and raised right up the road about 95 miles from here. Now he lives in Stephenville, Texas, graduate of Hill College. He is currently 12th in the world standings. at middle-aged at 31 years old. There's the focus. Got the nod. We're off and running. Got to be 9 flat or faster to go to the lead. Oh, Cap got a swirl. He still got him roped, and that roan horse still did his job.
Well, and Bob, you saw he was trying to do everything he could with his slack to try and keep that calf standing.
Yeah, he was trying to keep the calf standing, but watch how when he has trouble at the end, he decides to risk the tie. After this trouble, instead of going 3 times around the legs, he only goes twice. And that's a risk that calf could kick free within 6 seconds. He took the risk, and at 11 flat, I don't know that he's nervous, but I don't know that he's confident either.
I would be nervous.
I'd be nervous too.
John Douch of Huntsville, Texas. The young man that was raised just north of Houston, who's number 3 in the world and a past Rodeo Houston champ, Boyd.
Yeah, he was 9-2 in his semifinal, number 1, okay? You're looking at a 27-year-old kid that he was mentored by Joe Beaver. That'll tell you a lot, the 8-time champion of the world. He is, as Andy said, a Rodeo Houston champion from 2022. His younger brother just won the college national championship a year ago. Here comes John Douch. The 9th year doing this professionally. Look out, look out. Oh no. Oh no. It's called the barrier. And you got to give the calf a head start. Now you'll see a great view of this from right here. I mean, look at that calf's nose is just an inch away. You can tell how the barrier was tripped, whether the horse tripped it or the calf tripped it. If the horse trips it, you get a 10-second penalty. So instead of being 7-9, Johnny D is 17-9. So make him feel better if you would. He's one of yours from Huntsville, Texas.
Here is your 4th Texan in a row, and at 21 years of age, Riley Webb is just starting to learn how talented he really is.
You know, when you've won 2 world titles and be the reigning world champion, $475,000 is what he won last year. He left Vegas with a truckload of money on top of it. I just want you to know that he's not going to go broke this year. He's already won $8,000 at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. Being number 4, he can go to the lead with a win today. Do it here, then again in the short round. Hurry, clock's at 7. Woohoo! Yeah.
So here's where we sit. Now that 8.2, folks, bank on it. Bank on it. You're going to see him in the Final 4 for Champ to win his 2nd Rodeo Houston championship. He won it 2 years ago in 2023. That was right after his rookie year. So now we turn to a man who is iconic but has never won this rodeo. He won San Antonio last month. He's the number 11 ranked cowboy in the world. And this is your 5th Texan to watch out of the first 5 cowboys to go. There are 7 Texans in total that have made it to this championship round of Rodeo Houston. None with this man's resume. 4-time world champion. And he had to go through the wild card to get here. 17-9 or faster, but he won wild card 1 with an 8.4. So he had to beat 5 other guys in the wild card and did. That got him here. Now he's got to be faster than 17-9, but we all know with 5 more guys to go, he really needs to be in the 8s to feel safe.
We know that he's done that by previous runs. The 3 of us have watched him be in the 7s. Luck of the draw. We touched on it when we started. Having a calf that doesn't run too hard. Easy to flank and tie. He's to him. No.
Just over the top of the head of the calf. And that young man more than likely is going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. Let him know that we look forward to seeing him next year. No time for Tough Cooper.
So let's take a look at another world champion, another former Rodeo Houston champ. This is Shane Hanchey, and he was 8-4 in round 1 of Super Series 4. So you got to believe this veteran right here, another 35-year-old cowboy, He did it back in Super Series 4 in the first round with an 8-4. He's got to do it again, and he'll move into the top 2.
Winning here would help him cross the $3 million mark. As you can see, he's already won over $5,000. Good cab, takes a step to the right. Standing at the end of the line. Come on, Hans, you gotta hustle. Yes, sir. 8.6. He is number 2 with 4 more to sweat. And now John Douch is out. Blaine Cox is in the bottom spot.
Wow. 2011 was the last time he won this rodeo. 15 years ago. Wouldn't it be great to do it again 15 years later?
All right, Corey Solomon is next to go, and we asked him a question. How he won the round in the wild card last night, going last.
Today, I mean, the farther you're down, the better with the best guys in the world. It kind of gauges how hard you want to go at the start, what you got to do on your calf. But the position I'm in today, I got to live with and go at it. Hopefully it works out.
It's another guy. You're not supposed to have favorites, but Corey Solomon won the qualifiers, both of them, at the Fort Bend County Fair and the Waller County Fair in Hempstead. He was in the 7s to qualify for Rodeo Houston. 10-time national finalist from Prairie View, Texas. Got to be 11 flat or faster. Got a Charlotte calf. He's got to get up, string, gather, wrap, and a hooey. He risked it. He risked it by taking just 2 wraps. At 9-3, he is now going to be the bottom hole. If that calf stays tied, 3 guys to go, and they're all going to have to be faster than 9.3.
So what we know for a fact is Riley Webb is moving on. So Denton, Texas is going to have a little watch party. You're going to get to see it again, but Blaine Cox is out, and Corey is on the cut line, Bobby T.
All right, nobody wants to be on the bubble or the cut line. At the age of 26, Zach Youngblood, Iowa, Louisiana, $800,000 in 2 trips, $800,000 in his career. In semifinal 1, he was 8-8. That would move him into about the 3rd place money. 8-2, 8-6, 9-1, 9-3. You got to be 9-2. Cap moves to the right. He waited. That was a good wait. Now watch the hands on fire.
Wow. I thought maybe he took 1 too many swings, but his groundwork helped him make up some time, and at 8 and 9, he is now 3rd, and Corey Solomon is out. Now Marty Yates, the man who rode his horse down 610 last year, has to wait and see if he's going back on that same highway early or later.
Yeah, he was the first guy to go, and so he didn't know how fast these times were going to get. You know, Corey talked about this a second ago when we asked him about how important it is. When you're down where Kincaid Henry's at, you're looking like, oh my, I got to be faster than 9-1. Well, no worries. He was 8-6 in round 2 of Super Series number 1. Now there's the guy, the chopping block, Marty Yates. Watch it. Anybody faster than 9-1 and Yates is out. Kincaid Henry, the young gun, 23 years old, Mount Pleasant, Texas. Ooh, who's going to win that tiebreaker? Kincaid Henry's going to win the tiebreaker. He won more money in his Super Series than Marty Yates did. So Yates is now out. Kincaid Henry is on the chopping block with 1 great veteran to go.
It's a 2nd-generation talent, the son of a world champion from Gering, Nebraska, Riley Pruitt, the number 6 man in the world, as Yates will step out. Kincaid Henry with a 9-1 is in the number 4 spot. Riley Webb, Shane, and Zach are all moving on. Now, Bobby, he talked about this horse. This is a brand new horse.
Well, he'd need a brand new win of about $25,000. He'd make it work. He's at $972,000 in his career. The brand new horse works. Oh, step across Riley. He did with a 7-9, but he broke the barrier. 17-9, including a penalty. The last man to go. He held the hammer. Kincaid Henry just took a big, deep breath. His 9-1 is going to hold him in the number 4 to go to the short round of the top 4 for the title.
Well, you can't fault him. He knew he drew a calf that could run. There's the reigning champion of the world, and how important are these horses these cowboys ride? Solomon at 9-3, not moving on. Riley Webb owning the day. Zach Youngblood moving up. Marty Yates moving out. Tough Cooper with a tip of the hat. Says, I'll see you next year. Wow. John Douch, he's going back to Huntsville. But Kincaid is moving on. So here are your advancers to the shootout round. Riley Webb, Shane Hansey, Zach Youngblood, and Kincaid Henry. It's Texas versus Louisiana in the tie-down roping, and it's all brought to you by Boot Barn.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wildcard competitions. The winner from each wildcard will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $65,000 with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
The horses are loaded in the bucket chutes. It's the Bareback ride next at Rodeo Houston.
Hey, folks, if you're 21 or older, pledge to rodeo responsibly as a Miller Lite designated driver. Scan the QR code and receive a complimentary fountain drink or bottle of water. Responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
And a thank you to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring our hardworking arena crew. They're down in the dirt, they're on the chutes, they're behind the chutes, making it all work behind the scenes. Cavender's Boot City Arena Crew.
Captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. We'll make it easy for you. Just point your camera at the QR code on the center screens, and it will take you directly to our closed caption mobile app.
Hey, folks, I want you to look at the video screen real quick. The Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam is bringing out the Wild West in all of you. He didn't know that he was going to get to do that. Ladies, you look good in a mustache. Like your hats. Oh, we got horns on hats. I want to say thank you to Carnival Cruise Line and the Cowboy Cam.
It's a busy day, even outside NRG Stadium, as Rodeo Houston's championship move on. The Bareback Bronc riding the next contest to find out who the 4 will be advancing to the shootout round. It's sponsored by Chevron. And as we look, this is the 2-time and defending champion of Rodeo Houston, Leighton Berry. Unfortunately, he was unable to get out of his wild card. So here you've got Jess Pope, a world champ, a former Rodeo Houston champ, Bradley Miller, number 1 in the world. But we start with Clay.
Jorgensen has been peaking at the correct time. Cash and Carry, the NFR horse from Andrews Rodeo, and he is off to a big start. Let me tell you some of the previous numbers on this horse. Weston Timberman was 87.5 at Colorado Springs. Bradley Miller was 88 on this horse at Fort Worth. And Jorgensen has been having an outstanding Rodeo Houston so far. Today, 81.5 for Clay.
I'm not sure that that's going to hold as good as he's been riding. You just keep your eye on the number 10 man, Jess Pope. let's get ready. 2022, he left here with the saddle and the buckle and all of the money. A world champion that same year, the Houston Rodeo. I do believe probably catapulted him into a position to take the lead and hold it. He's been to Vegas, to the Wrangler NFR 5 different times. Ain't no angel. What about Sam Peterson being 86 on this horse? It was years ago, Boyd, the first time the horse went to the finals.
Yeah, Jess Pope. I like this matchup a lot, Bobby T. I think you're going to have to be 84 or 85 at least, probably, to get a shot to be in the top 4. Survey Championship Rodeo, NFR bucking horse. They've won rounds in Las Vegas on this big red roan. Pope, number 5 in the world. Look at the horse. Get off the ground. Look at Jesse. Oh, that's pretty. Remember, 1 to 50 points on the horse. 1 to 50, how hard is he to ride? Well, this horse gets off the ground on the front end, kicks high and hard on the back end. Now 1 to 50 on the Cowboy. Are his toes turned out? Is he in rhythm with the horse? And if those two things come together, usually you get a nice number. And we did. 84.5 for Jess Pope.
Helena, Montana's Sam Peterson, the next generation of bareback rider at 21 years of age. He's got a horse called Guardian Angel, also from the Surveys. Garrett Shadbolt was 85.5 on this horse in San Antonio. That type of number would be good for Sambo to try and get out of our 10 round and make it to the shootout. I'm telling you, it's just like Riley Webb and the tie-down rope, and Sam is just starting to figure out how talented he could really be.
Yeah, and look, he was 89 to win the wild card number 2. He would love to post that kind of number again. But anything in the mid-80s might get him to where he wants to go. 85.5 on Peterson. Now look, next up is the world champion on one of the greatest bucking horses ever. The horse's name is Disco Party, and we asked Dean about him.
Man, I got this Disco Party from Calgary Stampede. Just an absolute blue roan dragon. I've been watching this thing for 3 years, and no better place than Houston Finals to be getting on it.
Hey, you got your hands full, Buckaroo. He's the reigning champion of the world. But Jess Pope, who you just watched earlier, was 92.5 on this horse at Peoria.
Look at this horse fire. Look, that third jump when this horse jumped 10 feet straight in the air and then kicked like a rocket. Watch the ball face horse, good start. Now the next jump, ooh, right there. Awesome.
You never know what you're going to get from this horse. It's never the same trip twice. But Dean's showing you why he's the world champ. 89 points and a new leader.
Oh, Dean is feeling it. He is feeling it.
What a character this kid is. Oh, boy.
Okay, Oren, you got to be 81.5 or more, buddy. Here's the horse, NFR horse from Pete Carr. Secrets out. Weston Timmerman was 89.5 on this horse in Lovington, New Mexico last August at the Lee County Fair and Rodeo. A great bucking horse from Pete Carr. Larson, number 18 in the world, a 9-time NFR qualifier. 33 years young, a great veteran on one super souped up bucking horse called Secrets Out. Got to be more than 81.5. Here comes the the Canadian. Fed of the fire.
That is the youngest 33-year-old man you're going to meet, folks. He just does not age. And he comes back against these 20 and 25-year-old kids, puts that kind of a spur ride on them. He's won nearly $2 million today in Houston, Texas. He's in the mix for third with 85 points.
Okay, so think of this. We are 5 down. We have 5 more to go, and you have to be more than 84.5. We're only halfway done. Here's the #1 man in the world from Huntsville, Texas, Bradley Miller. He's got an NFR horse from the Surveys called R. Watson's Prairie Fire. Rocker Steiner, who you're going to see in a moment, was 91.5 on this horse at Fort Madison. The standout at Sam Houston State University, who won well over $200,000 in Vegas, is trying to be more than 84.5, and I believe he's going to do it.
If he does, the world champion Jess Pope and the former Rodeo Houston champ is going to get kicked to the curb if this guy is more than 84.5. We've already kicked Clay Jorgensen out. He's going back to North Dakota. And Bradley Miller just marked 88.5 points. Bye-bye, Jess Pope. And now Orrin Larson is on the bubble.
So the next man you're going to see is Rocker Steiner. The cut line is 85. So let's take you back and show you when Rocker was 86.5 back in the Super Series competition to get where we are right now. He did it on a horse called Warning Shot. Now, we all have seen this young man riding for the last 3 years. We know the ability is there. We just want to show you he's already done it.
He's the reserve champion of the world, Bobby T, and you grew up with his dad and his son.
Oh, yes, 3 generations ahead of him, all super people. Rocker Steiner, Weatherford, Texas. This is Randy Watson's William Wallace. You want a slot machine underneath you? Watch Rocker. Yeah, set your firing little feet. Oh, ho, ho, ho. He brought his A game on the final Sunday at Houston. No doubt about it, boys. He's reaching for money.
This is why I'm glad I'm not a judge. Because he's got to be more than 85 points. No problem. 88.5. And Steiner moves into the top 2.
Oh, he's shaking those blonde locks today. Happy, happy, happy. Orrin Larson just got moved. He's looking back going, where did they get that kid? Woo!
Can you believe this? You have to be more than 85.5 to move on. Dean Thompson is guaranteed a spot. Cole Reiner of Buffalo, Wyoming, and another horse from the Cervies called On Second Thought. They've had some 85s here. That was Orrin Larson, but 85 wouldn't be enough. He needs to be 86 points in order to try and beat Sam Peterson, and he'd still have 2 to sweat.
Well, he has shined in this arena before. In 2022, he was the champion of our Super Shootout. Cole is no stranger to showing up on game day and putting up a championship show. Second Thought's the name of the horse. A duck and a dive up front. Cole, Wyoming, moving his feet. And with 85.5 in the number 4 spot with Peterson. After that, it's 288.5. It's been a whale of a 10 round, that's for sure. And Cole's going to come up a couple of points shy. 83 for the number 27 man in the world. He will not be moving on to the shootout round. Tough luck for Cole Reiner.
I don't want any empty promises as you look at the Sammy right there. Wasey Chala to his right in the red. Everybody in Oregon, here's Mason Stuller, the champion at Tucson on a Sammy Andrews. They were just 87.5 points at San Antonio on that black horse.
Well, he won his wild card with an 86-point ride, and that's exactly what he needs to do. He's got to be 86, and he won wild card number 1 with that score. So he's been there and done it, but today he joins Orrin Larson as a half-point shy. 85 points for Stuller. We end with 2 Masons, and here is the last one.
Spanish Fork, Utah's Mason Clements, the millionaire who's number 6 in the world on another national finals bucking horse, this one from Pete Carr, called San Angelo Sam. He's been on this horse before in his home state in Oakley. He was 87. 87 would be just enough to get him out of our 10 round and move him on to the shootout. Dean Thompson was 89 on this horse in San Angelo. Does Mason have enough in the tank to beat out Sam Peterson? It's the veteran versus the 21-year-old as he packs his right hand inside that bareback rigging. is done in white paint, playing some mind games with him in the bucket chute.
Yeah, the head's either too high or too low, right? The horse was looking out over the top of the bucket chute. Remember the mark-out rule. The heels of your boots have to be in contact with that horse above the break of the shoulder when the front feet hit the ground. That's why where the head on the horse is so important to the bareback rider. Now, Mason is no stranger. He's number 6 in the world. He's already been to 4 NFRs. And Bobby T, he's the father of a brand new baby girl, and he's got a lot to ride for.
Well, her name would be Charlie. Her mom, her grandmother, they're having a house party today. Let's watch this. Come on, Mason, do your thing. The rematch deal, folks, is a big deal. When you've already been 87, which would put him in the number 2 spot, this is a different arena than it was in Oakley, Utah. So you think when this horse looks out on this football field, will she do the same thing twice, Andy?
So he takes his hand out of that bareback rigging and we'll put it back in. He's gonna put it in a bind. That's what it's called. Whenever you get your hand all the way through the rigging, it is literally in a bind.
And then when he pulls that wrist back, that's what locks it. Here we go.
Here you go. Come on, come on, come on. Fast feet, he's got him. Oh, she had a day. What a kick. I love this faint horse. That's good bucking horse blocking.
Usually when you take that long in the chutes, it can take something out of the horse. But this is a good trip from San Angelo Sam. It's what we're used to seeing from this great horse, but he's going to be a half point shy. 85 points, and by half a point, he gets kicked to the curb.
And the young Sam Peterson of Helena, Montana. Wow, buddy, you're the Final Four, stud. We look forward to seeing you there. Montana is ready to shine.
There have been some bucking horse riding experiences. Let's look at it again. Just a moment ago, you saw Mason Clements Bareback. Here's the character of the day, this Dean Thompson. Now he was 89 points. Orrin Larson, he got bumped out of the deal. Rocker, he'll rock back and he'll spur the fur off a grizzly bear. Jess Pope, sorry you didn't make it to the 4. Thompson, he's one of those that got you. We do say thank you to each and every one of them guys. Folks, give them a hand. They are a hand there. Sammy, you get to ride another one, Munchkin. Get him right. Dean Thompson, the world champion. Rocker Steiner, runner-up. Look at that. Bradley Miller and the boys. That was all brought to you by Chevron.
Man, this is a great rodeo. Oh, it's going to get even more entertaining when we return with the team ropers at Rodeo Houston.
Thank you to Houston Methodist, official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
It's autograph time. There they are. Shelby Pearson going to sign one. Look at the beautiful ladies. Cowboys saddles. You need to go to the Fan Zone, sponsored by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, Section 103 or 124.
We're very excited that for the entire 20 performance run, we have been on the Space City Home Network. We've been on the Cowboy Channel. And by the way, they'll be rebroadcasting a lot of our rodeo action on all of those channels, including our friends at Telemundo. Let's go upstairs and say hello to Enrique and Luis. Hi, guys.
Saludos amigos, it's been a pleasure to work with all you guys y le agradecemos también a todos los que nos acompañaron en Telemundo, Texas las últimas 3 semanas. Ha sido nuestro placer disfrutar de Rodeo Houston con ustedes aquí en español y pronto estaremos aquí en 2026.
Esta noche terminamos con este magnífico rodeo, el rodeo más grande del mundo. Un tremendo honor haberles presentado no solo a la acción del rodeo, pero también informarles de la historia y la importancia de este deporte aquí en Houston y todo el mundo. Rodeo Houston, we thank you so much. We are so grateful to be part of the world's best and biggest rodeo.
We have been blessed with such great weather here at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and Championship Sunday is no different. It's time to determine who moves on from the 10 round in the team roping. We'll bring in a pair of partners just like JC Aquo and Buddy Hawkins as we thank Corral Boots, our sponsor of the team roping. Here is the field. Smith and Rich at the top. Begay and Todd, along with world champions Rogers and Von On. We are loaded from top to bottom.
Okay, Bobby T, let's get it started with the number 7 team in the world. They got to put the pressure on everybody else.
Being 7th of the top 15 is a big deal this time of the year, but to hold it, it's tough. Jake Smith, there's the 31-year-old on your right-hand screen. Douglas Rich comes from the great state of Illinois. He's on the left side. Now, what Andy and Boyd now keep looking at is the 4th place team. They're going to get to go in the short round. Oh, back in there. Folks, this is one of 2 runs that he is going to have to make right. Jake, get out of there. Oh, no.
And Andy, when you're first to go, when we saw it with Marty Yates, he went out there and tried to be fast with a 9-1, but you know there's 9 pairs of wolves behind you, so you take some shots that you may not take if you were working on an average run.
You're exactly right. You want to try and set the pace, and when doing so, you're going to take some chances. And I guarantee you will see the same type of throw from Lightning Aguilera. This team both wearing the black. Okay, Patrick Smith, 2-time world champion, doing the heeling duties. They've given us one of the fastest runs this year at Rodeo Houston. And a hard running steer. We got a neck catch. That's legal. But we're only going to catch one hind leg. That's a 5-second penalty. So a 10 and 8 will make this duo vulnerable.
Yeah, and, you know, they won their wild card with a 4-9. They didn't survive their semifinal. But that old heel loop and that rope is smoking. Tearing up that inner tube. Oh, my. TNT can be dynamite when you turn to Tanner Tomlinson, the number 3 ranked header in the world. A former Rookie of the Year award winner, Travis Graves on the heel catching side. Looking for our first penalty-free run. Just got it. Okay, folks, you can officially cheer for that. 4.9. If I was a betting man, my money would be on these guys being in the Final Four. 24-year-old header, 41-year-old veteran healer. That's exactly what you need to do.
I am a betting man, and I'm going to bet that Derek Begay and Coulter Todd are going to make the best run they can, but maybe not push at 4.9. They're capable of it. They are 8th and 9th. The healer is number 8. That's Coulter Todd. Derek Begay, 10-time NFR qualifier, number 9. He's the oldest guy in here today at 41 years old. Arizona, Siva Del Kai, Arizona and the Navajo Nation at the head end. What a phenomenal gentleman. What a great family. Coulter Todd, same age. Come around the corner. Hold here, look at there. Did this steer fit them? I mean, that steer ran into that head loop. Coulter Todd does what he always does. 5-1, close to the 4.9.
Put a little pressure on them now, Andy.
Yes, it is. You watch how quickly these horses finish. They're on tight ropes, and once they rope, dally, and face one another, everything stays tight, makes it really, really easy for the judge to make his decision. And look how awesome that head loop is going on. I mean, these guys are talented.
Yeah, I like the way Coulter just sat back and did his job. Okay, folks, how about some world champions? How about the reigning world champions? How about the reigning world champions and the 2023 world champions? That's Tyler Wade, Terrell, Texas. To the horns, Wesley Thorpe, 3-time world champion of the heels from Throckmorton, Texas. 4.951 looks to be the measuring sticks right now. Well, let's see if they can get in that kind of country. And Wesley cleans it up. And at 5-5, that'll put him in the number 3 spot. We now have 4 qualified runs. Lightning Aguilera and Patrick Smith are on the chopping block now.
Watch his heel loop. Sidearms him. He's so close to him, he had to do it.
Takes no time whatsoever delivering it to its entitled destination. Clay Smith and Colby Payne, Broken Bow, Oklahoma, and Stephenville, Texas. A clean run would put them in the top 4 because 10-8 right now is number 4. That's no problem for the number 2 man in the world and a 2-time world champion. The winners last year at Fort Worth. Clay has been to the national finals 10 different times. Colby Payne qualified for the first time last season. Their fastest time came from semifinals 2, where there were 4 and 8. And I don't know if you'll find a better head horse than the one that Clay Smith is riding right now.
No, I like that roan, but I'm going to tell you this about Colby Payne. He doesn't have the resume that some of these other guys have, but that kid is a rising star. I mean, we've watched the great ones, and he has all the characteristics of a great healer. Old Roney, though, is giving Clay a little headache down there.
There's a certain feel you want in the box. You want your horse to stand a certain way so that you can get out from behind the barrier line. And we will slip a leg here. 10-2. Now, for the moment, that is our new cut, right? That is now 4th. But I think they are going to be very, very nervous as to whether it'll stand.
2014, 11 years ago, is the next team's Houston title. Eric Rogers, you saw him standing in the box at the left hip side when Derek McGay went a moment ago. I'm back to the Navajo Nation with 13 NFRs and a world title in 2017. Colin Von On, 6 trips to Vegas, 2 world titles, a college champion to add on top of that. Look at the focus, the healer on the left side is looking at the header. There's your nod, Erich. Let's go for it. Yeah, whoa, reaches way out to get him. Oh, Colin, that was a pretty heel shot. He had no other choice to do it. They're now 5-7, and they are on the chopping block.
So strategy is now changing. You know, you could play it safe with a 10-8 and a 10-2 in the last spot. With a 5-7, you can't play it safe anymore. But guess what? You couldn't play it safe in the wild card either. Coy Rallman and Cole Curry won. Wild card number 2 with a 4.8. And 4.9's winning this rodeo. So just a night ago, yesterday, they wrote one in 4.8 seconds. Can we do it again? Well, they broke the barrier.
I don't think that head catch looked real smooth either.
Yeah, I was worried about that horn catch too. It might end up ultimately being a no time. It's an illegal head catch, folks. Your loop can't figure 8 around a horn, and that's what happened to Coy. So not only did they break the barrier, it goes from a 14-7 to nothing. Let's go to the Grand Boys from Canada.
It would be so sweet to watch a pair of brothers keep this title in the family. The older brother, Dawson, to the horns. The younger Dylan to the heels. 6 flat in semifinal 1 would not be quick enough. They need to be even faster. Hard running steer, long reach. But it won't go on for the heel side. It's what they had to do. That is a top 10 team in the world from Alberta. Let the Canadians know we look forward to seeing them in 2026.
Yeah, he did throw that head loop a country mile, though, didn't he? Okay, Bobby T, 5-7 or better if your name are Summers and Eves.
Let's take it, boys. Add to the $3.5 million you have won collectively. 4-time NFR qualifier in the top 40 in the plaid shirt at the head end. Paul Eves, 2-time champion of the world. Come on, guys. All you got to do is be 5.6 or 5.7 to tie. Tiebreaker, money won. Get you a jump. There's your nod. Plaid ropes first now.
3 no times to end the team roping. Oh my gosh. Summers and the 2-time world champion Paul Eves. They're not making it to the Final 4. Team roping is exactly that. It takes a team. Timing, horsemanship, roping ability, and smoke them if you got them. Oh, a nice look by Travis Graves because he just got another $3,000. They're up to $14,000 in earnings right now. Colin Von On, it'll be a better day. There they are, Thomason and Graves, Begay and Todd, Wade and Thorpe, Rogers and Von On. We will see you all in the shootout round. Thank you to Corral Handcrafted Boots.
The event that started the sport of rodeo coming next. It is the saddle bronc riding at Rodeo Houston.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly. Rain on, Houston.
Check out the best seats in the house, folks. You'll be thinking about them in years to come. They're the Shoot seats, presented by Chenier, right behind the buck and shoots.
See those people smiling because they know just how good those seats are. Well, the only better seat than that is if you're one of our arena crew. And they're brought to you by Cavender's Boot City. You see them all over NRG Stadium. Working the gates, shoots, and equipment, setting up barrels. We can't do it without them. Thank you to our arena crew and Cavender's Boot City.
Hey, we're watching you out there.
Yeah, be nice to your brother.
Yeah, be nice to your brother.
She said, don't steal my popcorn.
Oh, there you go. Peace.
He's waiting on nap time.
Oh, yeah. Young love. Young love. There's some beautiful ladies. Last chance for romance. Make sure you catch our spectacular drone show this Sunday night at 8 p.m. It happens right above NRG Stadium. Look at that. We light up the skies with our drones. So stay with us, 8 o'clock tonight, presented by ExxonMobil.
That is the outside action, but inside, we have loaded them up yet again. But this time it's the saddle bronc riding, and it is brought to you by Energy Transfer. Go back 1 year, you see the talents of our defending champion, the one and only Damian Brennan, and you're going to see him again this evening. The Aussie left here with a $50,000 payday, but the price has gone up. It's $65,000 to each of our champions. Here we go with Statler right and guns blazing.
Oh, this horse will buck you off. You make a mistake, Statler's not going to do that. Beautiful as he tightened up in that circle to the left. They've marked that horse as high as 44.5 points.
But that's the first of the three Wright brothers we're going to see. The only one that's not here is Rusty. That's Statler. He's the youngest. You'll see Ryder in a little bit and Stetson in the bull riding. So they're always on the back of the chute. The brothers cheering each other on. So we await the number 83.5 to set the pace for Statler. Let's go now to Damian Brennan. You just saw him. He's your defending champion. He won this rodeo on this day a year ago with a 91-point ride on a horse called Ed Bishop. Today, he's got a horse called Triple Threat from the Survey Championship Rodeo Company. The rematch. He had this horse in Wyoming in July of 23. Marked 86 points in Casper, Wyoming 2 years ago. Hasn't been on the horse since. Western Texas College standout. Here's Damian trying to win Houston back-to-back as Triple Threat makes a tight circle to the left. Our pickup men, Taos Muncie, Tyler Kraft, Randy Britton, along with Chase Servey, right in and set the man down. It's a tie, 83.5.
Speaking of horses and matchups, we are going to three-time world champ Ryder Wright. He's had the horse that he's on tonight. We asked him about this matchup with Womanizer.
I'm super excited. This is the third time I've been on this horse, and I think I was 90 plus on him last time I had him, so he'll definitely enough horse to get me back to the 4 round if I do my job.
Now that last matchup was 90.5 at the National Finals Rodeo. This is a world champion bucking horse, a 3-time world champion cowboy, but Ryder has never won this rodeo before. You just saw his younger brother a few moments ago with an 83.5.
Oh, try to hit the $3 million mark. Houston can do it for you. Third time the charm. Oh, my God. What a horse. What a fur ride.
You talk about a guy that fits a horse. Watch how high he gets his feet into the mane of this horse. Look how that horse gets off the ground. Look how he sets his feet. Hey, folks, there's a new sheriff in town. 87.5. And Ryder Wright being cheered on by his brothers. Great work.
Well, I was betting for a 90. Ben Anderson would like to have one of those, Andy.
It's another great horse. This is Ricky Bobby from the Cervies, and Ben Anderson has been on a heater. He was 89 in his Super Series to get where he is now. He was 85.5, and it had to come from the wild card. But this Ricky Bobby, a National Finals bucking horse that Ryder Wright, the man you just saw, was 88.5 on in San Antonio. So Ben Anderson would love that kind of matchup to try and advance to the shootout round.
85.5 yesterday in the wild card. All you got to do is repeat that at the moment to be in the top 4 mix. I don't know where that's going to go, guys. Getting out of the wild card, that's, 83. That'll put him at the bottom. He's on the bubble. 83 for Anderson.
So we've had 4 nods, 4 rides, and 183 is now the mark everybody else has to beat. Leighton Green had this horse last July at the hard grass Bronc match, scored 86.5. 31-year-old cowboy, 4-time NFR qualifier. Southwestern Oklahoma State University talent. Here we go, the horse is called Exotic Warrior from the Calgary Stampede. Oh yeah, he is dressing this one up.
He never misses a lick. Now to watch this and think there, he held the mark out. Now watch him throw. You can see the bottom of his feet. Toes out, lift on the rein. 84.5. That'll put him in the number 2 spot.
And that Canadian kicked another Canadian to the curb. If you were with us when we opened the show today, our own Janie Johnson was excited about the matchup between Colby Wanchuk and this horse, Shamus. Weston Patterson was 86.5 back in Super Series number 4. This time, the 28-year-old 4-time NFR qualifier. He won the second semifinal with an 86-point ride.
Sherwood Park, Alberta is where he calls home and needs to be more than 83.5 on this gray horse from Generations Pro Rodeo. They were 89 on this horse at Fort Worth. Shamus takes a little scoot, then goes off to the left, back to the right, and Wanchuk is trying to do all he can.
Boyd's been bragging on the kid. We both have for the last 4 years that he's been here. When you think about it, Janie Johnson's bragging on the horse. Her husband was 89 on him. 86.5. Jumping in the top 4 in the number 2 spot.
Weston Patterson had the horse you just watched earlier in the rodeo. So let's take a look at what Weston Patterson did on Shamus. This was earlier in the rodeo. The cowboy you're about to watch on the horse you just watched, he marked 86.5. Now he's got the Hitman. This is a NFR bucking horse from the Cervies, a slot machine. You win tons of money on this bucking horse. Weston won wild card number 1 with an 84, and that's exactly what he needs to do to get into the top 4.
He's over $10,000 already won in Houston. Get a shot at the 4, get a shot at $65,000, Weston. That is pretty. That's textbook with a little extra flair on it.
And that is the strongest start he's ever had to a season. I know we're only in March, and the last qualification to the national finals comes in September. But at number 6 in the world, Weston is riding better than he ever has. He's number 3, 85 points for Patterson.
And Ryder Wright is in, and he's standing with Janie Johnson.
Finals here at Rodeo Houston, but it was champion dancing with champion in Womanizer. How much did you really get to lay things on the line with that horse?
Well, that horse has all the timing in the world. Make you feel like a Bronc rider if you do things correctly, and I was just tickled pink to have her.
Well, you're headed to the shootout. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Yes, he is. There's only 3 to go, and he sits number 1, so he can't be moved any farther down than 4th. Let's go to Logan Hay, Wildwood, Alberta, Canada. We watch his brother Dawson. We watch his dad Ron. This is a 2-time NFR qualifier on Texas Toast. Survey Bucking Horse. Bucked off Ira Dickinson at the National Western. But look at this horse take his head, Bob. Watch him tuck it between the front legs.
Well, he's got some moves to go with it. Oh, right there, right there, right there again. This horse had jerked that rein out of your hand. Woo! That was a fight, and it's only 83.5, Zach. Doggone it.
So Leighton Green remains at 84.5 in the number 4 spot. Las Cruces, New Mexico's Zach Dallas will climb aboard another national finals bucking horse, this one from Pete Carr, called Toma Joe. Ryder Wright, who you've already seen, was 88.5 on this horse in San Angelo, Texas. Zach qualified at a semifinal number 2 with an 83. That would not be good enough. There is Leighton Green watching on. The Turquoise Circuit Finals champ, who qualified to his first national finals rodeo, wearing the spectacles on this bay horse, has to now be more than 84.5 to try and get in the top 4. Toma Joe, the horse. A little rocky start, but Zach's picking it up from there. Excellent work, Zach.
I don't know what this little stutter step is right here. Oh, he jumped right there to the post. Jumped away from it. What a great recovery, horse and rider. Oh, he's 84. Oh, Zachary, that's going to hold you out. Oh, right there. That would normally slow a guy down. Not this kid, not this kid.
Oh, he's number 7 in the world when he came to Houston. So he's doing pretty well for a 23-year-old youngster. What can I tell you, Leighton? You got one more bullet to duck, buddy. And it's a good friend of yours that's going to try to kick you to the curb. This is Chase Brooks, Deer Lodge, Montana. A great Calgary bucking horse called Tokyo Bubbles. This is an 18-year-old gelding. And if I had 10% of the money they won off the back of this horse, I'd be in Miami Beach with my new friends. I'd be a very wealthy, wealthy man.
If it was me, I'd have flown you there in my private jet. Come on, Chase.
Boyd in a bathing suit. Everybody wants to see it. Chase Brooks, big bay horse from the Calgary Stampede, and we need to be more than 84.5. Montana wants it, Bobby T.
Well, this horse has got 2 fades. Going left, fade to the right. I don't think it's going to hurt him any. Oh, yeah, reach. Look at that. Horse slows down for him. It's going to work. Montana, 86 points.
Oh, Leighton Green. My apologies to our Canadian cowboy, Leighton. But congratulations to Deer Lodge, Montana, Chase Brooks. He's going to the shootout round for a shot at 65 grand.
Look at these horses back. Boy, Nandy, and I told you in the open today, you're going to see bucking horses like you've never seen anywhere else. This looks like a miniature NFR for Broncs. That is the perfect way to set your feet. Circle I, Binion and Chase Serby for the Serby Rodeo Company under Weston. Ben was happy at the moment. Oh, there it is. Canadians talking to Canadians, but it ends up with the rider right at the top. Colby Wanchuk. He's in Montana. Weston Patterson. You better watch out for that kid, number 6. It's all brought to you by Energy Transfer.
Don't go anywhere. We'll dig in deep. Steer wrestling is next.
It's time for Entertainer Trivia. Answer the question on the screen correctly for a chance to win season tickets to the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Check this off your bucket list. You need to visit the Fan Zone. It's presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. 2 locations inside the stadium, Section 103 and Section 124. We'll also have our championship saddles. We'll award those to our winners. We'll have them at both locations so you can take a picture.
All right, everybody, look at the big screen. Leon Coffee, you're causing a wreck down there. I got a blonde with a mustache. Cool hats. Hello. There we go. How about some horns? Ooh, ears to go with it. The Carnival Cruise Line, Cowboy Cam. That's bringing out the Wild West in all of them today. And Leon Coffee, he's right in the middle of the mix. Oh, look at there. Emoji smiling. Yeah, I knew they'd have to throw an emoji in there someplace. They're having fun with it. More horns. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, check that out. We start them young as rodeo fans in Texas. Right on the front row for the Bulldogging, also known as Steer Wrestling Championship Sunday, Rodeo Houston, brought to you by our friends at Mattress Firm. Dakota Eldridge won this rodeo for a second time 1 year ago on this day. Unfortunately, Dakota did not make it out of the wild card to come back and be a part of it. Look out for Wagon and Massey. They're both past Rodeo Houston champs.
Veteran cowboy to start, Tyler Pearson of Atoka, Oklahoma. 2017 world champion and a 6-time national finalist. He was 4 flat in Super Series number 4. If he could do that again, he would set the pace in a strong way. How about 4-4, but we broke the barrier. 14-4. Here's a great overhead shot. The horse breaks it before the steer does. We add 10 seconds. And an all shucks moment for the 40-year-old Bobby T.
All right, Stephen Cullen, you broke your share of barriers in your career. Let's not let it be today. Here is another Canadian. We've had about 4 of them in other events. He's from Fort St. John, BC. Now, as a Maple Leaf champion, that's the 13th circuit in the circuit system. He's only at 45. Whoa, Nosh. Get to him. Oh, he'll hold that 45th spot in the PRCA standings. No time.
That's 6'1" and 230 pounds of cowboy on a steer that hit the skids, which means he couldn't get that left horn. And so Colleen and Pearson have made this an 8-man competition right now, because 14-4 is highly unlikely to make it, and 0 is even more unlikely. Let's go to the number 14 ranked cowboy in the world, Sturgis, South Dakota. He split semifinal number 2 with a 4.6. Levi, we saw in the team roping. JB, his dad. This is Eli Lord, off and after him. Down and dirty. There you go. Are you kidding me? We're going to keep doing this, aren't we? Broke the barrier. So, again, you can't fault them, folks, because they don't know. We talked with Corey Solomon about this back in the tie-down roping. When you're on the front end, one of the first 3 guys to go, you don't have a clue what the last 3 guys are going to do. So you've got to push that barrier.
Boyd's been talking about placing wagers. If I'm going to bet on the steer wrestling, I would never wager against Ty Erickson of Helena, Montana. There are certain individuals that, in my opinion, were built to do something. Ty's one of those guys. The long, tall Montana native won this rodeo back in 2022, 3 years after he won his gold buckle in 2019. This year, he could eclipse the $2 million mark, and if you go back to our first semifinals, he was 4-6. 4-6 would be great. With only 6 people following, I would almost venture to say, if you wanted to wager, 4-6 would advance him to our 4-man round. Steer standing right there. A long reach from the tall Big Sky Cowboy. How about 4.4? Even better, and the hand clap says it all from Ty.
Yeah, I know y'all are waiting for the hammer to drop where we tell you he broke a barrier, but he didn't. So the 6'5", 240-pound Montanan, a past Rodeo Houston champ, is likely going to have a chance to win it again. Way to go, Ty Erickson. Now, Innisfail, Alberta, Canada. This guy's had a really good Rodeo Houston, Bobby T.
Well, he's won over $6,000. Won $4,000 at Denver, got $3,000 at Fort Worth. At the young age of 27, Ryan Shuckberg. Pull, buddy. 4.7. You got to stay in the single digits. That'll put him in the number 2 spot.
Yeah, and now the 2 broken barriers are on the chopping block. Just made a good run with the steer he had. That wasn't a hard-running steer, but he did his job, and that's all you can do. Do your job and then let the chips fall where they may.
Ventura, California's Tucker Allen. Top 10 in the world. He wants to get back to the National Finals Rodeo. He was there last year. The Hollywood Stuntman. That's right. When he's not rodeoing, he is a stuntman in Hollywood. Calls Ventura, California home, as we mentioned. Split Reno, was 5-2 in our first wild card to advance.
He's the unknown stuntman that made Eastwood such a star.
Oh.
Yeah, could be.
You got to wait for the remainder of the credits.
That's a song, man. That's a song. Both a song. I like music. What can I tell you?
There's a lot of people have seen this man in the movies. You just don't recognize him. When you're jumping out of an airplane, turning over a caterpillar, you look like the star. Here's DA. Oh, buddy. Smallest guy in the bunch.
And now he moves to the number 2 spot. It's 4-4, 4-6, 4-7. Andy, it's about to get expensive.
Yes, it is, and I love the way this gray horse closes and puts him in position to be 4-6, because once Tucker got into position, he slammed him. But right now the cut line is 4-4, and we welcome in the 5-time champ of the world from Gonzales, Louisiana, Tyler Wagaspack. The $2 million man was 4-4 in the semifinals. Hard-running steer, slips the inside horn and gets it back. Talk about an athletic move, but I do not like him holding that right shoulder.
I don't like him holding the 4th spot because we've got 3 guys to go that are all giants. 2 of them are rookies, and he knows.
I think he's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt.
So 5-3 or faster now, with 3 men left to nod. Here comes a guy that's almost built exactly like Tyler, just 10 pounds heavier. 6'1", 200, Dalton Massey. He won the second wild card with a 4.1. He won Rodeo Houston in 2023. He's 31 years old and a 2-time NFR qualifier. Here comes Massey, ready to go to work. Hermiston, Oregon, 5'3", 4'2" if he's clean. If he's clean, y'all need to wake up. Come on, Dalton Massey just moved into the number 1 spot with a 4.2. Beautiful job by the former Houston champ.
And now he's guaranteed to move on. Van Texas and Holden Myers, qualifier from the Fort Bend County Fair and Rodeo in Rosenberg, Texas. He is the son of a world champ. the grandson of a world champ. So Bobby T, I think there's only one place for Holden Myers to go, and that's straight up.
4-6, buddy. That's what you're going to do and move the Canadian out of it. Right behind, you'd be tied for third and fourth with Tucker Allen. 4-7, you're going to win the tiebreaker. So you've already got enough money won to be the best. He's won over 4,000 here.
He wants this horse to stand square on the back end. The start in this event, so important. There's no rope to help you catch up. It's all about the start, getting as close as you can. 4.5. He is doing more than enough. And that young man, the 25-year-old, is now advanced to our shootout round.
And make no mistake, he never gets inside this room unless he wins the Fort Bend County Fair and Rodeo in Rosenberg. And now he's got a real opportunity to be in the top. Actually, he's in the top 4 with 1 month to go.
But look out. That man to go, Bobby T, is the reigning champion at the National Finals Rodeo. This cash rob is the real deal.
Real deal. When you win the average at Vegas, you've done it on 10 head against the best 15 in the world. He ended up third for the year, and at the age of 21, I don't think this kid's even got it figured out yet. Come on, big boy. Right here, Cajo. Oh, I know, folks. A 3.8 didn't look good, but he broke the barrier.
Whenever they catch a steer that quick, folks, you got to be suspect, right? If he caught him that quick, something happened. Big boy. They averaged 6'2", 210. Oh, that left horn just ripped his shirt. Now the legs back. 4-2, 4-4, 4-5, 4-6. That's a real tight steer wrestling. And the 5-time champion of the world is going to need some stitching up. Tucker, you did it, buddy. Here we go. Dalton Massey, Ty Erickson, both past Houston champs. Tucker Allen, the stuntman, and Holden Myers, the qualifier from Fort Bend. Thank you to Mattress Firm for bringing us the steer wrestling.
The horse race is on. The Cowgirls of the WPRA are next here at Rodeo Houston.
So earlier, we put on the video screen.
The fun doesn't stop after tonight's concert. Get your adrenaline rush or play some games at the Carnival presented by First Community. Taste award-winning wines from around the world at Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost. If you're 21 and over, enjoy dancing and live music at the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. until midnight. Looking for a casual or fine dining experience? The Ranch Saloon and Steakhouse has got you covered. Enjoy some live music and grab an ice-cold beer at the Miller Lite Ice House. Unwind with a drink as you enjoy a live DJ at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. So stick around, there's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
So everybody look at the screens. Earlier we asked you a trivia question regarding our entertainer. What song by Luke features the lyrics, "I'll be the one to bring you flowers"? You had a couple to pick from, 3 actually, and if you picked "Do I," you correctly chose the right song. So here's the thing. You've got a chance to win season tickets to Rodeo Houston for 2026. We'll announce the winner later today.
Welcome back to Rodeo Houston. It's the big day. It's Championship Sunday, and in the ladies barrel racing, we have a stacked field of competitors. 4 world champions, but we're going to kick it off with our reigning and defending Rodeo Houston champion, Leslie Smalago.
A great field indeed, Janie Johnson. The barrel racing is next to go. The barrels are set up for our Cowgirls. As we say thanks to S&B engineers and constructors. You're going to see her. She's going to try to go back-to-back. We are talking about Leslie Smoligo, the top lady, first to go. But look out. Jordan Briggs has won this rodeo, so has Cassie Mowry. But Leslie will be the lady that leads us off.
Down the alley, thinking about another saddle in Houston. Oh, to the blind right barrel first. Beautiful turn. Get you 2 more of those. All right, rodeo fans, let's go. You know what to do. Barely touched him with a whip. 14 and 82 to set the bar. I think that'll be easy to beat.
Absolutely. It's got to hold on to be in the top 4. Here's a lady that I thought had the best celebration after she won Super Series 4. She did the splits while strumming the guitar. We're talking about NFR qualifier Summer Cosell. Set the arena record in Cheyenne a couple of years ago. 1482 right now the benchmark. Cosell is from Glenham, South Dakota. Whip and ride, cowgirl. Tight corners, straight lines, 1478. And she edges the defending champion by 4/100ths of a second. Beautiful.
Now we're getting set for the world champion and a 2-time Rodeo Houston champion. Jordan Briggs and Rollo headed up that alleyway. This rodeo means so much to Jordan and her family. Her mom, Christy Peterson, is a 3-time Rodeo Houston champion as well. They're headed into that first, absolutely flawless first barrel. Going into that second, they are making a textbook Jordan and Rollo run right here in the third. We need to hit a new gear running home. Let's hear for Jordan Briggs. Here we go. 1473 is going to move them into that #1 spot, and just watch how quick this horse gets on his hind end, comes around that second barrel. Jordan Briggs, one of the great trainers in the business, and she's #1.
Here is another past Rodeo Houston champion and the reigning world champion. She won over $290,000 in Las Vegas in 4 go-rounds in a row. Cassie Mowry of Dublin, Texas. The bay horse gets around barrel #2. Watch this lady go. #3 in the world. Can she do it again? She will stop it at 1470, and we just continue to get quicker, Boyd.
Every run faster than the one before it. We get one more time like that, and our defending champion, Leslie Smoligo, will not have an opportunity. Here we come. Jamie Olson, the nurse practitioner from Bronc, Texas. Come on, Jamie. She was 14.7. Oh, that's a 5-second penalty. She was 14.77 back in semifinal 1, but that 5-second penalty is going to keep her out of contention. 1992 with the penalty. 1992. Just the shoulder of that horse craved it. Come around to the back one on the left, and after that it's immaterial, my dear Watson.
Guys, I can't wait to see this ghost cam between 2 of the greatest barrel racers of all time, starting with Cassie Mowry. She's won more money barrel racing than anybody in history. Jordan Briggs, a world champion. 3/100ths of a second separates these two. I don't know if we're going to be able to see a difference in these runs because they were both so close. You can see them going into that second. Slightly different angles, then they come together to the exact same spot around the second. Both horses, Jarvis and Rollo, wrap their barrels perfectly. And then you can see right here, Cassie's a little bit on the outside. Then they come back together in the same spot. Maybe took a step by the third with Jordan Briggs. Then they are head-to-head running home. It was by a nose, making the difference between 1470 for Cassie Mowry and a 1473 for Jordan Briggs. We still have 5 great barrel racers left to go, including our 3-time world champion, Brittany Posey-Tanazi. She's on a new horse this year at Rodeo Houston, and I got to ask about it.
So I'm riding Bobby tonight. Our first rodeo was actually the Super Series, and so we don't know each other all that great, but it's been great so far, and we're excited to be here and just to compete at this level.
Brittany Posey-Tanazi, she can ride absolutely any horse, one of the greatest barrel racers to do it, and she's going to be coming up next to start off this drag. It's a fast track. Her and Bobby, they had low expectations coming into Rodeo Houston, and they have just excelled. In their Super Series, they ran a 14:37. If they can get that done, they're going to be moving on to the shootout.
Well, let's see what Bobby's going to do coming through the gate. Born and raised in Victoria, Texas. and a graduate of Texas A&M. She's an Aggie. 3-time champion of the world, Brittany Posey-Tanazzi. Came out of the semifinals in the number 2 spot. Beautiful. Bobby, like the name of the horse. Boy, do I like the way he turns. She knows him well. Wow. The Australian horse just did it. The Aussie horse, 1468. I bet you'll keep him around.
They spent 70 grand to ship that horse to the United States. They had to know old Bobby was a keeper.
It was definitely worth the money on that one. And here goes AC Pinkston. This is kind of the underdog story of this set of barrel racers here. Her first trip ever to run at NRG Stadium, and Bullet, he loves it. This horse loves these big open pins. AC, she is riding the tail off of this one as she goes into that third barrel. Wow, that was a quick one. Is it gonna be fast enough to catch that 1468?
Wow!
Whoa! Absolutely unreal. That horse is deceivingly fast, and AC, she earned every bit of that time. Riding this horse into his spot every time, wraps his third. What a run.
Here we go, going fast with the riding redhead, Emily Beisel. We've kicked Leslie Small, you go, and Summer Cosell to the curb. No! Emily, we didn't want to see that. Another 5-second penalty for the 6-time NFR qualifier, who's currently number 7 in the world. She takes her foot off the gas after knocking over that barrel. But wow, how close is this barrel racing? Literally 6/100ths of a second separating number 1 from number 4.
And here is another Texas A&M grad and a world champion. Haley Kinzel of Catulla, Texas. She needs to be more than 1472. Sister, the Palomino horse underneath her. Around barrel number 1. The Millionaire Lady has one more turn to go. Now it's all throttle. Can she do it? Yes, she has. 1457, and she cannot be stopped. She is on to the 4 round.
Well, Bobby T, it's either going to be the reigning world champion, who currently sits number 4, or Michelle Alley that goes to the final 4.
Let's see what the big dark bay horse from South Dakota, now living in Madisonville, Texas, has got to run. Got to be 1470 to catch and make the tiebreaker work. Whoa! 2 strides, a little wide on one, a little better on this one. Raise your leg. Now, can you make it on the final stretch? You got a lot of kicking to do. 1498, not gonna get her done, guys.
Oh my gosh, count the world championships in the final 4 of the barrel racing. When we show you, we'll do that. So, there you go. For the backup timing of the electric eye, dig into that ground. The G-force that these cowgirls feel coming out of each corner. Ride hard, ride fast, ride balanced, and head for home if you're a 4-time champion of the world. Haley Kinzel, 4 world titles. Brittany Posey, 3 world titles. Cassie Mowry, the reigning champ, and then the kid, AC Pinkston, the college kid, sitting number 2. Thank you to S&B engineers and constructors for bringing us the barrel racing.
The ladies have brought all kinds of exciting action, and we keep it going. The Breakaway roping is on the south end of NRG Stadium. It is sponsored by Oxy, and if you go back 365 days, we take you to our defending champion, who will be back yet again to defend her title. Jackie Crawford left here with more than 50 grand. Again, we've upped it. 65,000 is what they will play for. There's a 2-time Canadian champ. A few other world champions sprinkled along as we start with Bo Peterson of Council Grove, Kansas.
All right, for the lady holding her position at number 7 in the world standings of the WPRA. Three-time NFR qualifier. Somebody's got to set the bar. Can this roan horse get it done? Let the Aggie rope. Yes. Oh, boy. 3.6. Not going to make it easy on the next 9.
Yeah, she rides 5 to 15 horses a day. Her goal is to train a horse of the year. She works for the Hainchies. You saw Shane, and you'll see him again now. The cowgirl that won Wild Card 2. How fast was she? 2.5. That was yesterday. Kendall Pearson on Smoking Gun, a horse she calls Smoke. Canadian champion breakaway roper. Oh, frees him up a little bit. Keeps him guessing on when she's going to drop that left rein and release him. Calf not looking straight ahead, can't have that, especially in the breakaway. Most important thing is the start. You get out too quick, we've already seen what a barrier can do. So we're trying to get the calf to look straight ahead as well. And there goes Kendall for the call. I think she got out. Nope, she didn't. She didn't get out, folks. She did break the barrier. You see the yellow flag on the ground right behind her. What would have been a 2-5 turns into a 12-5 for the Canadian champ.
Miles City, Montana, where we traveled to. With Shelby Beaujolais Medjid. Born a Canadian, now living in the Big Sky country. 2023 world title is hers. She's currently number 15 in the WPRA world standings and has also won the Governor's Cup in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, part of the Cinch playoffs, twice. The last 2 years, the last rodeo of the year with a huge payday has belonged to her. She holds that rope back. Her husband, a world champion tie-down roper, and they ride some of the best calf horses that money can buy. There's the nod. Coming out from behind the barrier line. And it will not go on, so a no time for Shelby. Couple of bumps along the way. Be anxious to see what Joey can do.
All right, MONTANA Montana fans, be ready. She got a check in Fort Worth about 30 days ago for nearly $5,000. The mother of 3 kids, number 5 in the world, no top 6 in the world. He's back in the corner. Look at that bay horse. He's got his eye on that gate. They're gone. Joey Williams, 3.2. That was the catch she wanted. Hey, folks, you've got a new leader. Come on, from Montana's Joey Williams.
So earlier I was talking about money equaling points. Cheyenne McCartney is currently 34th in the world standings of the breakaway. She's won $9,000, 9,000 points, okay? Imagine adding 65,000 points to that total. It would move her from 34th to number 1 in the world. Right now, though, it's just about advancing for this 3-time NFR qualifier. Former finals champion as well. Way to crack a whip, 2.8, but she broke the barrier. So we have 4 qualified times out of 5, 2 of them with a broken barrier, and 2 of them with not. Again, I want to emphasize it's not a judgment call. You could tell by how the barrier was tripped, whether the calf tripped it legally or the horse tripped it illegally. Will a barrier make it back? That's my question.
I don't think so. With the talented ladies you have to follow, if you tell them all you have to do is make a clean run, they're going to lay off the barrier. But Taylor doesn't have that luxury just yet. The number 11 cowgirl who's been to the national finals 4 times. Last year, she won Reno, Claremore, Oklahoma. She was 3-3 in her semifinal competition. That would put her number 2 right now. As you see, she is awaiting the nod. There it is. She stays off the barrier line and will catch in a 3-9. That puts her 3rd, and now Kendall Pearson is 4th.
Well, I got to tell you, to be 3-9 and finally have it break away at the 50-yard line, I mean, this calf ran like it had a rocket in its rump. I mean, he was moving out. She had to catch up on him first. Ladies and gentlemen, our defending breakaway champion is the most accomplished breakaway roper in history. This is Jackie Crawford, a 23-time world champion. And if she so much as gets into the top 4, she could go over the $1 million mark in career earnings. 12.5 or faster, no! We so wanted to crown her a millionaire as the first breakaway roper to win $1 million. Folks, she's got $1 million smile. Oh, gosh. She throws it, doesn't drop over the nose, and the calf hind leg checks out. Tough luck to the defending champ.
She'll be entered someplace next week. She'll get that $1 million. Here comes Ricky Engesser Fanning, one of the Engesser girls from Martin, South Dakota. Badlands champion, top 40 at the moment. Little Ricky reach. He tried, flat, missed him.
Okay, there are 2 that remain, and we are still in the 4th position with a barrier. Shayla Hall of Stephenville, Texas, the winner of Super Series #1, qualified to be here by winning the Waller County Fair and Rodeo in Hempstead, Texas. So she could be the 2nd qualifier, one to win one of our local events to qualify to our shootout round, joining Holden Myers.
And she didn't make it out of her semifinal. She had to win wild card 1 with a 2.9 just to get to this day.
Her husband, a very accomplished team roper, as that sorrel horse waits to come out from behind the line.
Wow.
She doesn't make it. It'll be a no time for Shayla with the miss. No time.
Pretty good. You got all day, sweetheart. 12.5 is winning the number 4 spot. You're a marketing major from Weatherford College. I don't have to sell you on what you need to do. Bobby T, this cowgirl comes from cowgirl and cowboy family.
Her daddy, Shay, her grandpa, who we just lost, they have had nothing but good horses at their house. If this is the horse I think it is, they call him Ringo. Taylor County, out in West Texas at Abilene.
12.5 or faster.
Just be clean. I think she got out of there, by my opinion.
That was a business decision. 4th place is $10,000.
Yep.
So roping that calf, you're going to win no less than 10 grand for that 4 and 3.
Yeah, not bad money for a 4-3 run in the tie-down roping, is it? So smile, Brady. We're going to see you back here in the championship 4, the shootout round. There's Shelby. I'm shocked she didn't make the 4. Crack a whip. Pull the slack. You got to let the rope break away. You can't pull it off the horn. Miss Pearson going back to Canada with a broken barrier on her final run. And look at that face. That tells you all, doesn't it? Tells you all. Here are your advancers. Joey Williams, Bo Peterson, Tanner Munsell, and Brady Good. There is going to be a showdown in the shootout. It's brought to you by Oxy.
Coming up next, we're going to ride some bulls.
See those busy men and women working the gates and setting up equipment? Say thank you to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring our arena crew.
Visit the Fan Zone presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You'll find them in sections 103 and 124. Take a picture with your favorite rodeo stars, get an autograph, pick up your own Rodeo Houston belt buckle.
I'm here with 4-time NFR qualifier and Rodeo Houston finalist Mason Clemens from the Bareback riding. And Mason, what advice would you give to young rodeo athletes wanting to qualify to Rodeo Houston?
You know, none of these guys put their pants on any different than you do. So just remember to always look up and follow your dreams, no matter what happens in life. Always just give your best every day. Don't let anybody else tell you any different. Keep going for it.
I know there's a lot of young men that look up to you in the bareback riding, but you're here with your wife and daughter. How special is it to be at Rodeo Houston with them?
Oh, it's amazing. You know, rodeo's such a short career, and right now we're honestly living our best life. It's a great rodeo champion always told me it's the easiest thing you'll ever do in your life, so I'm going to keep living it up.
It's a short career, but thank you to our friends at Houston Methodist for taking such great care of these rodeo athletes.
What an outstanding audience. You are looking good in that silver belly. And I think they are ready for what's about to come. It's bull riding time at Rodeo Houston. We have got them loaded and ready. Who's bringing it to us? Rock and Roll Denim. We have been rocking and rolling just like last year when we crowned Creek Young as the winner on a bull called Preacher. That ride gave him a $50,000 payday, and we've got yet another great field. World champion Stetson Wright in his sophomore season, Wasey Shala. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds.
But if you're going to ride bulls, you got to have bullfighters. And ladies and gentlemen, standing right there is the GOAT, the greatest of all time, 15-time NFR bullfighter Dusty Tuckness. But listen, today marks his 300th performance in this arena. For 15 years, 20 performances a year, he has protected the bull riders in this game. Let's give Dusty Tuckness a welcome back to Rodeo Houston. You are a blessing to us. He'll be the first to tell you he couldn't do it alone. It's an honor to work with an NFR bullfighter like Nate Justice of Wyoming. And it's an honor to work with a world champion bullfighter like Bo Sheets right to his left. Folks, those are your bullfighters.
Speaking of years in the barrel, 10 times at the Wrangler NFR, this would be John Harrison.
Hey, Houston, who's ready to ride some bulls?
We're doing it with Jackson Ward, Vitalix Bandolero. That is a bad dude. That young Red Bull from the Cervies has only been ridden twice, and he's going to claim yet another victim. It's 21-year-old Jackson Ward.
Well, just like we do at the Bareback and the Bareback and the saddle bronc riding, they judge a bull on a scale of 1 to 50. The last time that bull bucked here, he got 44.5 points out of a possible 50. That means if the Cowboy makes a 44.5 point ride, the potential score would be 89. Now let's go to a veteran by the name of Jordan Spears, and old boy Bobby, did he draw a bad dude.
This is a bad motor scooter, 29-1, 97% buck off. Jordan Spears comes from Redding, California. He just got the check in the buckle of Tucson, Arizona. In the top 40, he needs to advance. He's always in the top 15, top 20, proving it by being at the NFR in Vegas 5 different times. He's got over $1 million won. He's in a very special club. Red Bull, pink shirt, green shafts. This ought to be a coloring contest. Trying to make himself right. Little Bull says, whenever you want, go ahead and nod. Let's do it, Jordan. Here to the left. Into his hand.
Oh, it was so close. We were trying to make history on that bull, but he gets stronger as he goes.
Yeah, and you'll watch him get on the end of his arm and his chin come up. Now right here, this is perfect. Chin down, arm bent, but watch his arm start to get extended. Chin comes up, and down goes one of the great bull riders of the last decade for sure. We are 0 for 2 in the 10 round. All right, you want a scary name for a bull? We've seen Bandolero. We've seen Short Grub. This one ought to frighten you. The bull's name is Soccer Mom.
You're right. It should scare you if you ever forget the snacks for the game.
Yes. Now this kid, Hayes Wade, had to go through the wild card to get here. He was 87.5 in wild card number 2. This bull's got a 93% buck-off rate for a 25-year-old cowboy from the Beehive State of Utah. Here we go.
Away Where he looked is where he hit. Now he's got to go call his wife and tell her that the soccer mom mugged him off.
The last time that bull was ridden was January of 2024. That is now 42-3, the record for that bull. Wow. Letcher, South Dakota's Mason Moody has a bull that he's been on twice. He bucked off this bull in 7.85 seconds, but he was also 83.5 at San Antonio on the NFR bull called Hard Knocks from the Serbies. The Badlands Circuit Finals champ and the winner of Super Series 1 wants to ride this bull for the second time in 3 trips, and he is going to do it. Our first qualified ride has South Dakota in a spot to move on.
He's pretty happy about it. Now, having a third opportunity, you should remember back, as a bull rider would, where are you going to go with him? They're going to take him to the top. First bull ridden, 81.5.
But I'm not worried about the low score. I'm not that worried. I think the bigger test will be, can we ride 4 bulls? Tristan Hutchins has been on fire. We asked him about this bull.
I got a bull 77 centerfold. I'm gonna have to stay real forward. He's got a lot of forward movement. He's a good bull, been to the NFR, hard to ride. I'm excited to try my hand at him.
Well, he's ridden 10 out of the last 12 he's knotted on. He rode 2 in a Super Series. Wow! Holy hoppin' hamburger back, man!
He's got him.
He is on a heater. Tristan Hutchins is on a heater. That is the 11th bull he's ridden in 13 attempts. You want a big number? Here's a big number. 86.5. Hutchins goes to number 1.
Never came off his rope. That was picture perfect. Hutchinson, Kansas's Luke Mass, number 14 in the world. Wham, bam. Bull is 10-1. A 90% buck-off rate.
So let's go to the back of the bucket chutes with Janie. She's got Mason Moody.
Mason Moody, the first qualified ride. I saw the look on your face. Describe the relief of getting that ride done.
Man, I came here last year and blew out an ACL the first round, and to come here and get this bull road and get to the finals, I mean, I just can't thank my Lord and Savior enough to put me in these positions.
It's a different story. We'll see you in the shootout.
Thank you very much.
If it holds, we still got some really good talent to go, Bobby.
Well, when you're 10-1, the bull moves easy. This bull's got a 90% buck-off ratio. Luke, being in the top 15 in the world.
You see that bull slobber?
Just a little slime.
Yeah, he's got cedar fever. It's the allergies.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've got medicine for that. Boyd gave it to me.
Okay.
Here comes the champion at Salinas, the big rodeo in California. 89 points Luke Mast was in Super Series number 4. That's only been about 5-6 days ago. Ease up. Don't make him slime you again. Now they're holding him for one reason. That bull rears back and hits you with a horn. He's on his own. Luke's in trouble.
So they named that bull correctly. For those of you wanting to know the name of the bull's name is Wham Bam. Because he whammed him and he bammed him real quick. Watch our bullfighters. Watch all 3 of them swoop in to protect the rider from the bull. Those guys are phenomenal. Nice job, Nate Justice.
Here comes the number 1 bull rider in the world. It is a tight battle early on in the season as you watch Arapahoe, Oklahoma's Wasey Shala get ready.
Let's make the Broken Dreams bull a good dream for the day. This bull is 28-8. He's 71% to his favor. And Wasey Shala, well, he came here 3 weeks ago, number 2, moved to number 1. There's $144 separating him and Stetson Wright.
I could almost cover the check if I needed to split the difference.
Boyd will give you the cash. I'll keep the change.
They've been 85 on this bull. That was TJ Gray, a man you're going to meet in just a little bit, was 85 on this bull here this year at Rodeo Houston. We see the all-around cowboy that actually qualified here in the bareback riding as well. Seen him at the College National Finals, win the all-around title there. The winner at the National Western in Denver, and the number 1 man in the world as he finalizes putting that hand in.
And he's 19 years old. He was 88 and a half at Bonanza in Guthrie about 3 weeks ago.
He was our champ in Reno last June, the wildest, richest rodeo in the West. That bull kicked that gate. I'm glad it was not somebody's head in between it.
That bull does fill up a bucket juice, though.
Yes. Oh, yeah. He's a hoss.
All right, we're going to pull him for a 3rd time now.
Every time you pull.
Let's go back and look at the 85 and a half on Broken Dream.
Okay.
Oh, this is Wasey, 88 and a half. Okay, yeah, Wasey Shala. This is what he did earlier at the rodeo. That was worth 88 and a half. That's tough to do when a bull goes away from your hand like that. That'll give you an idea how talented and balanced he is. But we're going to roll forward to Stetson Wright. And we asked Stetson, how important is your draw?
I block out the draw. I mean, I have no control over what I get, but I got a lot of control of what they run, when they run it under me, what I do, and that's just ride them jump for jump, just like my dad's taught me.
That's a winning mentality. That is a champion's mindset and somebody that understands I can't control what a judge gives me. It's my job to go do my job each and every time I'm asked to.
Absolutely. He can't control the luck of the draw, so he'll control his body.
Oh, look at him jump with that right foot. Easy. Gonna give him a little extra chop. Switch back, could have got him. Was he ready for it? Maybe, maybe not, but he made it. He's there for the 8.
And you're right, Bobby T. He goes into survival mode at the end of this ride. As he comes off of his rope and gets a little loose, you can see him just hold on to the bitter end. 77 points, 77 for Stetson. We've got 3 ridden now.
Yeah. 2 more are going to have to go. You okay, John?
I'm good. I didn't really know what was happening, waiting on a delivery, but didn't get it.
You know, you should feel lucky. It costs like 10 carnival tickets to do that at the carnival.
I'll let you come down here and ride for free if you want to, boy.
I don't think he'll fit in the barrel, John. You got to get one.
I didn't mean room for 2 of us. I will happily get out.
Okay. Lane Vaughn, another 19-year-old, West Texas College, Klamath Falls, Oregon. He was 86 points. He made it through the permit finals in Waco, Texas. We talk about where you could qualify: Waller County Fair, Fort Bend County Fair, in Rosenberg, and at Waco. Boy, they are putting some pressure on that rope, pulling it across. Now watch him around behind his wrist, through the fist again, pulling the bull rope where he wants it. Lane Bond and Barfly. Oh, this bull will buck you off. They've marked this bull 44.5 points already once. Ooh. Drug him out. Got to the end of his arm. No place to go.
Well, keep your eyes on that kid. He's going to college at Western Texas College. We'll see him on the NIRA level, and he'll keep moving up the ranks. It's no mistake him being here. Number 3 man in the world. Next to go. We've got an 86 and a half, an 81 and a half, and a 77. This is TJ Gray, 23 years old. Before I came here, I was at the 6th World's Toughest in Columbus, Ohio. Watch this guy ride a bull named Badlands for 88 points. Today he's on a bull called Damage Control. The bull is 14-4, and of the 4 times he's been ridden, 3 times have been by right-handers. He is riding with his right hand. TJ Gray went to the finals last year for the first time. 71 for, wow! No.
Boy, he shook his head back at him and he said, I'm getting rid of you. Oregon, don't give up on that kid. He's in the top 5 in the world. Oh, my goodness. We've got 3 bulls ridden. Boyd, what'd you just say? Win and he's in?
Well, no, on the case for Wasey, the judges ruled that he had given that bull 3 honest attempts, the bull called Broken Dreams. So the judges said, we're going to award you the Reride bull. And so now, instead of Wasey getting on Broken Dreams, he's getting on a bull named Choir Boy, okay? And that's not exactly a nice name for a bucket bull either.
No, it's not. But all he has to do is make an 8-second ride to advance to the shootout round. Sit up. Can he do it? The Oklahoma man is making moves on Texas dirt. We'll see you in the shootout round, Wasey. And it'll be number 1 versus number 2 in the world.
You know, the cool thing what this bull just did, watch him go about 3 trips to the left, and he started to slide a little bit. Watch this, we'll see him hesitate. Just jump back underneath him. Gave him exactly what he wanted, and he's 84.5 to end up in the long round in the number 2 spot.
Look at the face of that baby boy. 19 years old. Jordan Spears bearing down. Mason Moody starting the day with the 81.5. Then Tristan Hutchins with a holy hopping hamburger. The guy is on a roll. And then Stetson just gotten it out, trying to get to the 8. And he made it. The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. High fives everywhere. Tuck! He doesn't want to wear your hat, but it does look good on you, buddy. Hutchins, Shala, Moody, and Wright, they're going to battle it out for the championship in Houston in the bull riding. Brought to you by Rock and Roll Dental.
Coming up next, don't go away. More rodeo action coming your way. Tie down.
We want to welcome some lucky recipients of our Rodeo Acts of Kindness program. They've been moved down from the 6th level to these great seats. Thanks to Rodeo Acts of Kindness participants, Mrs. Bear.
Hey, look at here. I want you to get your phones out and scan the QR code right now, and you could be on the Raising Cane's selfie cam. Now, they've been already scanning ahead of me. Look at here. Hello, ladies. Oh, my goodness. Twin sisters? Could be. Pretty people. Nice plaid shirt. Glad you wore it today. More beautiful girls. I've never seen so many beautiful people in all of my life, but you got to come to Houston to find them. There it is. Big hat, big smile. All about everything that you're watching, families, friends. Got to get some kids in there someplace. I want to say thank you for playing with us today on the selfie cam. It's all making it because of Raising Cane's chicken fingers.
Last year, the very first class of the Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame was announced. 3 beloved members of our rodeo family were inducted into the class of 2024. They include Mike Cervi, founder of the Cervi Championship Rodeo, the legendary Charmaine James. Charmaine is one of the most well-respected barrel racers of all time. And finally, 12-time PRCA Announcer of the Year, Bob Tallman. And now, it's our distinct honor to announce the newest member of the Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame, the one and only Leon Coffey. Leon grew up in Blanco, Texas. He worked alongside his family, riding horses and training them to be champion athletes.
We trained a lot of the horses and a lot of mules, but we trained quite a few roping horses and stuff like that. So I've been involved in it, but I was the family's little outlaw. I didn't want to ride horses. I wanted to ride bulls.
He became a bull rider, but he never fully understood the role of a bull fighter. That is, until he found himself defenseless on the ground, waiting for an 1,800-pound beast to get his revenge. When out of nowhere, a swift-moving bull fighter came to his rescue.
I bucked off and landed right there in front of one and looked up and he was coming, and then all of a sudden he was gone. There was somebody that went through here that took that bull away, and boy, it scared me because I just knew I was going to get hurt. And that's when I realized they are very, very important.
So in 1973, Leon traded in his bull rope for face paint and a big green hat. His new role as bullfighter allowed him to help protect cowboys and come to their rescue, just like the bullfighters had done for him in the past.
It became a game between me and the bull. I'm gonna beat you to that cowboy. And I'm the kind of guy you don't want to challenge, because I'm gonna rise to the occasion.
Then, 30 years ago, he was invited to join the Rodeo Houston family. He wiggled down inside his signature barrel and became one of the most admired and beloved barrelmen of all time.
When I got Houston, I had arrived. That was the pinnacle. The biggest, the best, the most ultimate. Wow.
He is a favorite to both rodeo athletes and rodeo fans. He'll do whatever it takes to keep competitors safe. But his excitement for life makes everyone in the arena feel like a kid again.
I've been through 4 different generations doing what I do at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Not everybody can say they were a part of that kind of success.
Leon Coffey will remain a vital part of our unique rodeo family. It is our honor to induct him into this elite group of members of the Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me congratulate our 2025 Rodeo Houston Hall of Famer, Leon Coffey. That's right. You got the legs, let's use them. That man has used his to entertain us and save bullfighters and bull riders for decades. Hall of Famer, Leon Coffey. Shootout time, Bobby T. 4 to go. Only one can win 65 grand. Boot Barn brings it to you.
I don't want to argue with you, but boy, I'd be happy with 30,000 if I got pushed to second. Kincaid Henry, the kid from East Texas. The Cajun, Zach. Shane Hanchy, let's do it again. Riley Webb's on a roll, hotter than anybody else in the world.
It's Louisiana versus Texas. You got 2 Cajuns, Zach Youngblood and Shane Hanchy, versus 2 Texas Young Guns, Kincaid Henry and Riley Webb. Both of those guys are 23 and 21. Riding in first is going to be Kincaid Henry of Mount Pleasant, Texas. 23-year-old cowboy, 5th year as a pro. He's been to the national finals the last 3 years in a row consecutively. Why is that important? Because you can't win a world championship unless you make the NFR. 2-time college national champ, his job, put pressure on the field. Put some pressure on everybody else behind you, Kincaid. Quick from his horse to the calf, 2 wraps, half inch. Wow. 2 8-1 if that calf stays tied, because he did take just a wrap and a hooey. Bobby T, do all 4 Cowboys do the wrap and a hooey?
They're gonna in this short round. I guarantee you that. They're not wasting any time. That kid could add to 700,000. He's already won in 4 years. Andy?
Highway, Louisiana. And Zach comes in on this flea bitten gray needing to be 8 flat. 2-time NFR qualifier. He's number 26 in the world before today. That 8 and 9 that got him where he is right now is inconsequential. It does not matter. If Texas is going to be beaten by Louisiana for the first time, today anyway, it's going to come from Zach. He backs his horse in the corner, needing to be 8 flat. Reaches out, needs that calf to be standing. He is, but he jumps away from him. Can the groundwork make up for it? And 8.4 will be just a little too long for Zach. It's still going to be a really good payday, gentlemen, but 8 and 4 is too long to get the biggest check of all here in Houston.
Yes, it is. Okay, Kincaid Henry looking good, but you've got 2 world champions to sweat. Let's go with the veteran first, Mr. Tallman, 35-year-old Shane Hanchy. 15 years ago, he won Rodeo Houston.
It was 013 when he won that world title, and in that time frame to now, he has earned $2.9 million. Think about it, in 15 trips to go into Vegas. Pound for pound, we haven't used that term since Cody Ohl. Pound for pound, 155-pounder. Watch him on the ground. I saw a yellow flag that I don't want to say anything about. Dang it, there's 2 wraps and a half inch when he was in trouble. Oh, he says. Oh, he broke the barrier with a 9-9, makes him 19-9. The worst he can win is 4th.
Well, I saw him in a similar situation at the shootout in San Angelo and come out and tie 1 and 6. So you know Shane's got it in him. So, folks, a Texan's going to win Rodeo Houston today. The question will be, is it 23-year-old Kincaid Henry or the 21-year-old 2-time and defending world champion Riley Webb? It will take an 8 flat for the man who won this rodeo for the first time in 2023. 8 flat is what Riley Webb has to bring. He was 8-2 in the 10 round. Horse, Cowboy ready, there's the knot. Ride, throw. Now, on the ground, can the man do what needs to be done? Look out. Give it 6 seconds. Give it 6 seconds. And it's good. Riley Webb has just won Rodeo Houston for the 2nd time in 3 years. A time of 7.6. And then, Riley, you've been here before. You know you got a ride to make. And somebody's waiting down there to talk to you about this championship and what it means to you. Folks, here's how the money shook out. Webb at $65,000, Kincaid $30,000, Zach $20,000, and Shane $10,000. Riley Webb will win over $73,500 when you consider his previous earnings from the Super Series in the semifinals. Over $73,500, but $65,000 for that 7.6 second run. Here's Andy with the champ.
Gentlemen, if you're looking for a finer young man, you're going to take a long time to find anybody better than Riley Webb. Riley, you've had an amazing career in such a young age, 21 years old, and you're now a 2-time Houston champ. Tell me what's going through your mind.
I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for giving me all the talent in the world and letting me shine for him every chance I get.
Man, that's awesome. Now, you got this great horse. We want to go up on the screen and take us through this run. What's going through your mind?
I've been wanting to run this calf all week. Knew I stayed behind the barrier and kept her on her feet. Got her ready to tie. That had a chance to win it, and it all worked out. That horse, Rudy, he's been great for me, and super blessed and get to do my job in this great country we love to live in.
Well, you've been doing your job at such a great pace. What goals do you have set for yourself now?
Just do my job every time I can and shine for Jesus Christ.
Well, so far, nobody's done their job better than this young man. Let's give a round of applause to Riley. We got some stuff to give away to you, buddy.
Thank you, Andy. Right now, look at the beautiful saddle and the buckle. Our chairman of the board, Fat Man Phillips, our CEO and president, Chris Bowman, step out with Lindsay Chastain, our events manager for Boot Barn. That is a presentation. Riley Webb, congratulations, and thank you to Boot Barn for bringing us the tie-down roping.
Don't move. It's time for the shootout round in the bareback riding. The top four have been determined, and right now Chevron is ready to bring them to you for a chance at huge money. Peterson, Steiner, Miller, and Thompson, the reigning world champ, all getting ready to ride.
All right, the horses are loaded. Sam Peterson's going to go first. That's going to be the Wild Thing from the Survey Championship Rodeo.
Bobby T, can I take you back just one day ago?
You betcha.
Let's just go to yesterday. When this guy didn't qualify out of his semifinals for the finals, he had to go to a wild card. And he had to beat 5 other guys in the wild card to be the last man standing. What'd he do? He scored 89 points yesterday. So, I mean, it took a wild card to get him here. Now, this horse named Wild Thing lives up to his name. This horse is all that and a bag of chips. Yes, the pay.
It is more than a Wild Thing. When you think about he likes the high 80s, Rocker Steiner at Flagstaff was 86 and a half. Everybody that gets on him's 85 or better. Sam Peterson, Helena, Montana, 85 and a half. You're rolling now, boys. The bar is set. 85 and a half. Let's try it again, boy.
And if that holds, he'd win $71,000. Now, the #1 ranked cowboy in the world, Bradley Miller from Huntsville, Texas, is next to go. He's a 21-year-old cowboy. Rode for Sam Houston State University, where his dad is the rodeo coach. The horse underneath Bradley is a horse that comes from the Calgary Stampede, an 11-year-old gelding that they call Blasting Sand. What has been done on this horse? Rocker Steiner, 88 points at the NFR. Weston Timmerman, 87 and a half in Kennewick. So he's got the horsepower, Mr. Tallman, and he's had a whale of the year.
All he's got to do is go to an 86, but with the record on this horse, you can be 88 to 89, 90 points. As good as Bradley Miller is riding, #1 in the world, that should not be, it's a roadmap that's already written for him.
So let's look at what he's done so far this year.
Okay.
San Antonio, he was 88 points on his first one and 89 and a half on his second one. In the 10 round here, you watched him already today, score 88 and a half points.
We watched him at Largo Mar down at Texas City in about a 6-inch downpour in 20 minutes. We, the champion. There isn't anything you can run at him that he can't handle it.
You know, earlier at the rodeo, we mic'd him up. We literally mic'd him up. Let's go back and listen to those sounds of the rodeo and Bradley Miller.
Can y'all hear me? I don't know if it's on or not. I think I could throw an 80-yard touchdown in this place. I used to play for the Texans, actually.
Oh, yeah?
A Little League football team, same thing. All-time water boy. Let's get this party started here. Come on, boys. I'm ready to get on.
Just a look inside Bradley Miller's attitude and way of life.
In a couple of Janie's interviews today, if you haven't figured it out, folks, attitude and faith. And as he bounces on his knees, said, Lord, just help me get through it. 86 points. The horse has done this 5 or 6 times in the last 6 months. Bradley Miller, number 1. Would he like to stay number 1? Of course he would. Easing over, running his hand in that rigging. Now, Boyd explained a few minutes ago in the long round, the bind, it's kind of a roll in the fist, and when you rock it back, you're locked. Oh, reach, look at the feet, look at the kick. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Wow. That'll take your breath away just watching him. No mistakes made. Feet set, fire. I love that ball-faced horse. Good job blasting sand from Calgary. Now, hey, folks, 89.5. Woo! We're gone to the lead.
From the pride of Huntsville to Weatherford's Rocker Steiner, the 3-time NFR qualifier and reserve world champion has 2 goals on his mind. First, it's to be a world champion. And as a native son of the Lone Star State, everybody in the sport of rodeo born in Texas wants to win Rodeo Houston. He's got a horse that comes from the world champion called Graded Coconut. This is Agent Lynx of the Calgary Stampede. If you go back 1 year ago, another Texan, Leighton Berry, won this rodeo with a 91.5 on this horse. Let's tell you some of the other scores. They've been 87.5 and 88. Rocker had this horse in Hermiston, Oregon, and was 88. But 88 would be a second place payday at this point in time. We have to get into the 90s if this Parker County cowboy is going to follow in the footsteps of his dad and granddad and try and get one step closer to a world title. As he climbs across and rims his hand in this rigging, it'll be an 8-second fist fight against the national finals bucking horse called Agent Lynx. It's a great shot of his right hand as he sticks it in, and as Bob just said, we'll put it in that bind and try and hold on for an 8-second ride that could change the trajectory of his 2025 season. Tries to find a comfortable spot. First jump out, those feet need to be above the horse's shoulders. A strong mark out, and then it's all energy, enthusiasm, and adrenaline from there. For the bleach blonde resident of Weatherford, Texas. He is a fan favorite. Love him or hate him, everyone knows his name. Either way, he doesn't really care. Now the battle begins. The Calgary Stampede versus the Texan Gentleman. Hold on tight, Rocker. It's the ride of a lifetime. As the whistle blows, our pickup men move in to try to set him on the ground. Can he be more than 89.5? How about 91 points for Rocker?
happy, family happy, Houston happy. Well, he ended up in the reserve world title. And here's the guy that beat him, number 2 to number 1. We're at it. Wow, Rocker, wow.
This is a Pete Carr bucket horse underneath the world champion Dean Thompson. As Bob just pointed out, that man Rocker finished second in the world standings last year, and the guy that's trying to beat him today finished first. Dean Thompson, another 23-year-old cowboy, Altamont, Utah. The horse is called Exactly Midnight from Pete Carr, another NFR bucket horse. Look out! Look out! And Dean Haynes on as Muncie, Kraft, Britton, and Servey. Your pickup man right in to set down the world champion. You're going to watch this replay. We await the numbers coming in on Dean. It's going to be 83 points. You'll notice at the end of this ride, you see how the horse kind of quits kicking out the back? At the end of the ride, this horse starts to keep his feet under his belly. And that was enough for Dean not to get the numbers he was looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, the man on your screen is the Rodeo Houston champion, Bareback rider. The one and only Rocker Steiner is bringing home the title.
There's your money. $65,000 for the 21-year-old. The number 1 man in the world, maybe not for long. Bradley Miller, Sam Peterson, and the champion. We'll go down and meet him right now with Janie Johnson.
Rocker Steiner, I see you touching that saddle. This is a moment that you've been so close to in the past. How did you seize it tonight, 91 points?
Well, you know, I've started this year off pretty banged up from the NFR, and I didn't do so good at the first 2 big rodeos, so $65,000 puts me back right where I wanted to be. So without Houston, I don't know if I'd be rodeoing this summer.
You're going home with over $70,000 out of Rodeo Houston, but that horse, Agent Lynx, we're going to take a look at that ride. An absolutely iconic animal here at Rodeo Houston. Take us through it.
Well, right here, left really hard, and then about the 3rd jump, I sent it way too hard, and about tried to get myself bucked off, but $65,000 up for grabs at Houston, Texas, in front of a beautiful crowd. There's no way I can get thrown off here, so I love y'all, Houston. I can't wait to be back next year.
A beautiful crowd, and your legendary family right there on the sidelines cheering you on right here. What did that mean?
Means everything. Without them, I wouldn't be doing this. You know, if I was doing this for myself, I'd probably just be some degenerate kid, but I can't fail with the family I have, so they're everything.
Congratulations, Rocker Steiner, you're champion in the bareback riding.
Thank you, Janie. Once again, Pat Man Phillips, along with Dr. Chris Bowman, our chairman of the board and president. They're joined by Laura Lane, the vice president and chief corporate affairs officer for Chevron. The folks that brought you the bareback rock riding. Oh, congratulations, Rocker.
It's time for the shootout and the team roping. Y'all get ready, 2 by 2. They're going to ride in, and it's all going to happen on behalf of Corral Boots. There it is. Eric Rogers, Colin Bonan, Tyler Wade, Wesley Thorpe, Derek McGay, Colder Dodd. Oh, Tomlinson and Graves, you might be last to go. That might be your advantage. This is going to be down to the tenths of a second. Let's start it off, Eric Rogers and Colin Von on.
World champion left and right of your screen. Eric won this rodeo in 2014 with Corey Petska. Colin Von On, a 2-time world champion and a 3-time NFR champion, trying to win his first Rodeo Houston title. Rogers to the horns. Von On for, oh, he couldn't get the dolly. Remember, these team roping ropes are not tied to the saddle horn. Once you rope them, you've got to try to wrap the rope around your saddle horn. And he missed it the first time, and then he started running out of rope. And Colin didn't have a shot. Some real tough luck for a couple of great guys, and Eric Rogers and Colin Von Ogg.
Tyler Wade on the right side of your screen. Wesley Thorpe, the world champions. They've each won it twice, 23 and 24. Right here, Tyler. Oh, that steer waited for him to rope him. And the heel shot is perfect, but they broke the barrier. Wow. That's okay. That's okay in this round.
Yeah, well, you know the worst you're going to do is get 20,000 as a team, but it was barely. And that steer didn't run that hard, and Tyler did a great job getting him roped and on a short line, but 16 and 2 officially. So now we go to Tanner Tomlinson and Travis Graves. We're going to Derek McGay and Coulter Todd. My apologies.
Yes, we are. Derek, the 10-time NFR qualifier with Coulter Todd. 4 trips for him on the backside. They are number 8 in the world. This season alone, Derek could cross the $2 million mark. And Coulter, who these days stays closer to home, raising kids and ranching, got him a couple of very nice heel horses and one of the best partners that you can ask for. And the kind-hearted but ultra-competitive Derek, waiting on this steer to come out. 2 horns, we need 2 feet. We got him! A clean run. We will turn it in. The time of 5 and 8 sets the pace with only 1 more to follow. Great job by Derek, waiting on this steer to come out to make sure it was a clean start. And Coulter wasted no time in taking that heel shot. Fellas, they applied some pressure to our final team.
They sure did, Andy. They weren't going to beat themselves. They were going to make Tomlinson and Graves beat them.
I don't know if you'd say it's going to be easy, but it is with 2. 5.1. They broke it. Oh, broken barriers are going to be lucrative. Lucrative. I don't believe I'd ever say that. They're 15 and 1 including. There's the overhead shot showing you how they broke it.
And what that means is the cowboy from the Navajo Nation out in Arizona. Look at that, folks. Over $130,000 for the team. With their previous earnings, they'll be at $143,500. About $72,000 a man when you include their previous earnings at Rodeo Houston. This is life-changing money for each one of these teams, actually, because there's very few places where you can nod your head and get paid like these guys are getting paid. So the 2 41-year-old Cowboys, Begay will get his 2nd Rodeo Houston championship. Coulter Todd is first, and they're down with Andy.
Thank you, Boyd, and I'm pretty sure I know why you guys wanted your horses in this shot.
Yeah, without them, we'd be on foot.
Yes, you would. You need your horses to rope. Now, what was your game plan coming into this 4-round? How well did you know that steer, Derek?
This Texas hospitality is great. I mean, it's just good to be here. Winning and going through the run and the game plan, that's one thing, but just rodeo, it's awesome. It's one of the best rodeos. It's the best one we go to all year, and just to be a part of it and then to keep advancing on, and then it's nice.
That's what it's all about. I couldn't agree anymore. Now, Coulter, that was a pretty quick heel shot. Were you waiting for that opportunity, or you just wanted to go as fast as you could?
I don't know. Caught him.
All right. Well, gentlemen, you are the champions of Rodeo Houston. They are soft-spoken, but they're some of the best in the business. That is Coulter and Derek as we bring in our royalty and our staff to help pay them off.
Thank you. Coulter, you need to learn how to talk more. Not really. Ladies and gentlemen, Corral Boots with Leon Cargill, our accounts manager. Corral Boots, we say thank you. There was Batman Phillips along with CEO and President Chris Bowman. It's all making it happen by Corral Handcrafted Boots.
Saddle Bronc riding time. We're going to crown a champion in the classic event. Thank you to Energy Transfer for bringing us this contest. Patterson, Brooks, Wanchuk, and Wright. That looks like the National Finals rodeo to me right there, guys. You didn't even have to go to Vegas to see it. All these horses they're going to ride have been there or they're going there. That's for sure. Kansas is up first. Weston Patterson on Yippee Kavitz of the Calgary Stampede, a 14-year-old gelding out of a world champion named Graded Coconut. Weston, bear down. Number 6 man in the world, having a signature season. Nicely done. Somebody has to set the bar. And Weston Patterson is the man setting it. 84 points in this final round. It can't leave him confident just because of the talent of the horses and riders yet to come. 84 for Weston in the shootout round.
All right, let's go for the 85. And I know this family in blue is going to try to do it for a 90. Ladies and gentlemen, the third-ranked man in the world today in the PRCA. 87 and a half a moment ago. Why not go 88 or higher? No, I'm going to Chase Brooks. Chase Brooks. He's number 20 in the world. R. Watson, Ed Bishop. This is the horse they won a year ago this moment. They won first on this horse at Houston. Damian Brennan's been 91 on him. Oh, Mr. Watson, Mr. Bishop, well named after two important people. Now remember, the bar is set. We're at 84. Now we're gonna beat it. Chase 87. Yeah, put him up there.
It's a great spot to be, gentlemen, but there are two very salty matchups yet to go. The first of those two, Colby Wanchuk. He's got a national finals bucking horse from Sammy Andrews called All or Nothing. Ryder Wright has been 89 and a half twice at the national finals on this horse. Damian Brennan has been 89 and 91 and a half on this horse. The Sherwood Park Alberta Cowboy sits number 26 in the world. A win here would catapult him to yet another national finals berth. This sorrel horse has all the talent, so does Colby. Big rear out. We are kicking out the back. A Canadian cowboy on a Texas pony. Wow, what a ride. When you're trying to beat 87, it takes a great dancing partner. Half the score for how well the cowboy rides, the other half for how well the horse bucks. And it seems like this dynamic duo did very, very well on Championship Sunday as the numbers come in for the man from Sherwood Park, Alberta. We're trying to beat 87. How close are we going to get with Colby? We are awaiting the verdict as we enter it all in the system. Where are we going with Wanchuk? How about 88 points and a new leader?
With one man to sweat, the three-time and reigning world champion who's been here 9 times and never won this rodeo. This is the one and only Ryder Wright on the horse they call Mike Huncho. Survey bucket horse. Stays close to the bucket chute. Brothers shouting encouragement. And now, did I see an orange flag? I did see an orange flag. So let's watch the start of this. So it looks like the horse might have stumbled. Is that what happened? Yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it goes down to his knees. And that means he's going to have to get on one of our re-rides, either Blackberry Brandy or Trenchcoat Charlie. And he's going to have to do that, like, right now. So we're going to have some work to do to get Ryder another opportunity. Casey Hart talking to him on the arena floor, and there's his younger brother. That's Stetson, who you'll see in the bull riding a little bit later. We've already seen Statler in the long round.
You want to see a family affair, Boyd? It's going to happen right now. I see two running for a saddle.
Oh, they scored him 88 points?
Really?
So even though the horse stumbled, they scored him 88 points. So there's a tie. And now that means there's going to be a ride-off. Each one's going to have to get on another horse. They're going to do the ride-off. And so these are really nice horses in the ride-off, folks. So Kobe Wanchuk, rider right. And they'll determine which horses they get. And then they'll get their buddies to help with the saddle and the Bronc rein and everything else. And we got us a showdown in the shootout. It's like a gunfight at OK Corral.
Yeah, and you got time to figure out how many bullets you're going to have to shoot back at. Stetson, he's thinking, all right, what do we know about these horses? Colby goes, I don't care, just run one in. This is interesting. We haven't had this happen in years.
So I'd be curious. Weston Patterson is with Janie Johnson. I mean, I wonder what he'd be thinking if something like this was happening right now.
Right, well, we're about to have a ride-off. We have Weston Patterson and Cade Bruno back here behind the buck and shoots. And Cade, do you know what the ride-off horses are going to be?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Mortician and Porked Up.
What is a ride-off situation going through when these guys are about to get on another one right away? They don't have a lot of time to think about it.
Yeah, I had a ride-off in Calgary last year with Zeke Thurston, and it's an exciting moment, but, you just get off a good bucker, and, you got to go right back to it. And the mindset, you just go do your job again and let the cards fall where they may.
Describe the adrenaline that comes like that with NRG Stadium in Rodeo Houston. It just doesn't get any bigger.
Yeah, there's rodeos like Rodeo Houston, Calgary, these ride-off situations, the crowd gets into it. Your adrenaline never stops. From the time you get off, you got to get on another one. I mean, your blood just stays pumping, and it's, that's kind of why we do it, this adrenaline rush. It just doesn't get any better.
Like you said, you've been in this situation before. What is the process like for these saddle bronc riders to load the next set of horses, get those saddles on? It can be a lot at once.
Yeah, that's what you got good buddies for. These guys running around back here helping get resaddled. Like I said, you just got to go do your job again, be loose and cool, and be ready to do it again.
Speaking of good buddies, I know you're back here because you're going to go help these guys, so I'll let you get to it.
Hi, thank you.
I appreciate that, Jenny. That was great content. Now, they flipped coins to decide who was going to get on what horse and who was going to go first and second. And I believe Ryder was going to go second is what was determined by the flip of the coin. Now, there are all the brothers. Statler. Something else you should know, their dad, Cody Wright, is a two-time world champion and a Rodeo Houston champion. And Ryder is going to be getting on Mortician for the Survey Company. These are really nice horses, folks. And Kobe will be getting on Forked Up. These are jump kickers. What do we mean by that? No ducks and dives. We're not trying to buck you off. It now comes down to a spurring contest. Who rides better? It's not so much about surviving the horses as it is outshining your competitor. You know the Wanchuk family. His dad was a fabulous rodeo clown, right?
Oh, still is, Ricky Tiki Wanchuk. His mom, the first time I ever saw this kid at Cloverdale, British Columbia, he was 3 years old. They had him dressed up like a chicken, and he was in a comedy act. You think about the first time we saw Ryder Wright and all the Wrights talking about his dad and what he's done. Folks, they're no different than any of you. They just have a different career and a different mindset. When you think about the money that they've won, Colby Wanchuk's at $800,000. Ryder Wright's at 2.7. Colby Wanchuk, if you're going to give the money away, let's give it to him, the Canadian. And he doesn't have to worry about the exchange. Ryder Wright at 2.7. If he wins it, that'll get him closer to being at $3 million, along with the world titles and the gold buckles he's already earned.
So let's talk about the process of what you're looking at right now. He's setting that saddle on the withers of the horse in a position that's really important, because if you don't set it right, your saddle could slip. So deciding where to place the saddle on the withers of the horse is the first decision. For those of you who ever listened to the Garth Brooks song called Rodeo and heard the line, spurs and latigos. The latigo is that right there, that little piece of leather that he's taking behind his back cinch.
Andy, have you got your mic on, Andy?
I do.
Jump in here.
The other point that I think is very necessary to bring to your attention is the fact that there's a mental aspect to this too, right? So you're coming here planning on getting on 2 horses. Now you got to get on 2 horses in a matter of minutes. So you have to calm yourself back down and get into your routine. And we are seeing that routine right now, as you guys were pointing out, how they set their saddle and those latigos and cinches. But they are getting some assistance, so they're trying to do this as quickly as they can. But you also have to go through that routine and make sure that you are ready to go do your job, because these are both national finals talents, right? These are the best of the best against solid horses, and I can't wait to see these matchups.
And Andy, it's obviously not any of them's first rodeo. And the thing though that I would reiterate, they had a pretty good idea what the final 4 horses were going to be. You know, when you probably knew Ed Bishop was going to be in there, and All or Nothing, and Yippee Kabitz. And while they've seen these horses a lot throughout the course of their careers, I don't know how much study they actually put into them as to how they've been performing as of late.
Well, they can keep book. They can ask somebody that's standing right there by them. Have you seen this horse buck in the last 6 days, 6 weeks? Do you remember who did what on him? Thinking about it and doing it. And back to Boyd's Latigo there again. You don't want any extra leather flying around you when you're trying to reach and set your feet. Kate Bruno a moment ago gave us a great explanation of what he did at Calgary last year against Zeke Thurston, the world champion.
Okay.
You want some pressure? You're watching it.
Forked up's the horse. He likes to look out over the top of the bucket chute. That's a trademark of that horse. But if a cowboy wants to lift on his rein, he wants the horse looking forward. Okay? Colby Wanchuk, 28-year-old veteran. Here we go. Come on, kick it, Kobe. Show off, Kobe.
Boyd, he did that like it was just an ice cream cone in his hand.
Like a rocking chair. Ouch. Yeah, like a rocking chair. Lifting on the rein, firing his feet to the front, turning his toes out before the front feet hit the ground. And the number comes in at 81.5. Again, we're not, on these 2 horses, we're not expecting 88s and 90s, but oh gosh, what a bad way to hit the ground.
That'll make you a lot older than you think you are at 28. You take that hit that many times, it starts to wear on you. All right, let's go and see what Forked Up has to offer. Or this is the Mortician has to offer. When you wear a blue shirt, which is common to the Wright family, Ryder, is this going to help him to cross the $3 million mark? Bronc riders that drool to win a third of that in a career.
Good mark out.
Don't miss the mark out, his brothers are telling him. I don't think you have to cue him on it. Set your feet, and he holds them 2 jumps. Oh, the Mortician is having him a day. Rider right, he's having a day right there with him.
Mortician the horse, and now it's all in the hands of the judges. Who had the better spur ride for the 8 seconds? Horses were very comparable. And up to the judges to tell us what they like. There's the brothers, Statler and Stetson, cheering on their older bro. Waiting for the verdict. Oh my gosh. 87 points, and Rider Right has just become, for the first time in his career, a Rodeo Houston champion. 3 gold buckles. His uncles have won it. His dad has won it. His younger brother has won it. But this is his very first time. 65 for Ryder, 30 for Colby, 20 for Chase, 10 for Weston. Let's go down to Jamie.
Rider Right, your first ever Rodeo Houston title, but you made a businessman decision when you decided to go for that ride off. Describe the world champion mentality it took to be so strong through that ride.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just here to ride Broncs, and I'm glad it pays so good to do it.
You rode 2 Broncs excellently. We're going to take a look at this ride. It was definitely a big-time moment from the ride-off. Right here, this horse.
I had this horse in Nampa short round a couple years ago. I was 88 on it, I think, so I knew he was going to give me a chance if I just did my part, and luckily it all worked out.
You did everything perfectly, and you've won so much in your career, but your first ever Rodeo Houston title, where does that stack up?
Oh, right there at the top. All I can say is it's been a long time coming.
Rider Right, your Rodeo Houston champion.
It's been a long time coming. Well, we'd like to welcome Raj Devar-Perrin, the Senior Vice President of Engineering and Special Projects from Energy Transfer, Chairman of the Board, Pat Man Phillips, and Dr. Chris Bowman. Thank you to Energy Transfer for bringing us the Saddle Bronc riding.
Coming up next, get ready. Drive them in the ground. It's gonna be steer wrestling.
It's our distinct privilege to honor America's heroes, as well as their families who support them, especially our Gold Star families who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. We salute the men and women in uniform that make it possible for all of us to live with freedom and pride in our country. Tonight, the Crown Royal Military Salute is proud to honor United States Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel. He currently serves as the Inspector Instructor for the 1st Battalion, 23rd Marines. He has deployed multiple times during his career to hotspots such as Afghanistan, Bahrain, Romania, and Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, in support of multiple operations.
He has served as executive officer, aide-de-camp, and commander positions in the field at the Marine Corps headquarters. His decorations include Defense Superior Service Medal, Meritorious Service Medal, Navy and Marine Corps Commendation, Medal with Star, the Navy and Marine Corps, Combat V with Star, and Combat Action Ribbon. The United States Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel Norman Renfro. Join with me in telling him thank you for his service, and a big thank you to Crown Royal for making this salute happen.
It's time to crown another champion, and this time it's the steer wrestler. Mattress Fur proud to support those Bulldog and Cowboys. Tucker Allen, 5'10", 180. Kai Erickson, 6'5", 240. Holden Myers, Dalton Massey. Gotta root for the kid, right? The guy that qualified from one of our qualifiers. Let's start though with the stunt man, Ventura, California. I've watched him win San Angelo. I've watched him win the Dodge City Roundup. He won over 92,000 at his first NFR. But is a very athletic cowboy. Tucker Allen's job now is to put pressure on Erickson and Myers and Massey. Here comes Tuck in the dirt, slide, hit him, yes. Oh boy, oh boy. Hey folks, don't hold back. That could well be the winning run right there. 4.2 for Tucker.
All right, he was 4.6, now 4.2. Let's go to Dalton Massey, who is just 4.2 in the long round. Hermiston, Oregon, let's see what you got to offer. For the last 2 years, this guy's had great seasons, gone into the NFR, but that is Ty Erickson. Ty Erickson, the world champion, the Montana Circuit champion. Ty Erickson, 9-time qualifier. He won the world in 2017. Oh, no. Oh, no, the flag is still up. He's still wrestling. Houston, help him. Let's go. Dang it. And he broke the barrier with a 15-3. Dang it.
Wow, you know, that's why they call it steer wrestling. That was not a part of Ty's plan. He lost his feet, and now that steer is just being uncooperative. Tough luck for Ty.
What a story it would be for Holden Myers, who qualified to get here to be at Rodeo Houston by winning Rosenberg, Texas. Now, when you hear the last name Myers, he definitely comes from a Hall of Fame type family. From his dad Rope to his grandfather Butch, who were stalwarts at the National Finals Rodeo. This 25-year-old is just starting his career as a steer wrestler. Obviously, that win at the Fort Bend County Fair and Rodeo, packaged with a victory in Mesquite, those are the ones that stick out. But right now, the biggest win of his career could be in front of him. If he could be 4-1 and put himself on the top spot. Trying to get the gray horse to stand for him. The leader haze it for him. Tucker Allen helping out Holden. And at 5-2, Tucker, who was hazing, will still hold the top spot, but Mr. Myers is going to continue to climb with runs like that one and one of the biggest paydays of his young career on this Sunday at Rodeo Houston.
So let's go to Dalton Massey, trying to win this rodeo for the second time in 3 years. The 2023 champ that launched his career. 4.1 in the wild card. And isn't that interesting? That's exactly what he has to do to win his second Rodeo Houston title. 6'1", 200 pounds, 31 years old, 11th season as a pro, and all that matters is 4.1. He did it yesterday. Here comes Massey.
Oh boy, no!
He's going to get the barrier too. So that's going to drop him from a possible second to now third in the prize money deviation. However, the California stuntman is going to add to the biggest win of his career. Look at the numbers. Tucker Allen, 65 grand. Holden Myers, the Fort Bend County Fair and Rodeo champ, 30,000 richer. Dalton Massey, 20, and Ty Erickson, 10. Pretty impressive bulldogging. Let's go down to the arena floor. Andy Seiler has Tucker.
I do. I have found Tucker. And Tucker, I want you to tell us a little bit about the horsepower that you brought to Rodeo Houston.
I'm riding Justin Schaefer's horse, Gray. Me and Holden won first and second on him. So that's just a testament of how good he is. We've been using Jace Melvin's horse, Baywatch, on the hay side, and just blessed to be able to ride them horses.
Well, take us through this run because, I mean, being where you were, you really threw the gauntlet down.
Yeah, I ended up second here last year, and I was not very happy. So I said first or nothing. That's kind of what I went for.
Look right there. I mean, you got down in a great position and a good steer as well.
Yeah, I kind of just dumbed it down. I told myself just practice penning around just like at the house and not put any pressure on myself.
Well, you handled the pressure very well. Does this change what you're going to do the rest of the season with your schedule?
Go as hard as I can.
Well, you went the hardest in the steer wrestling. Our champion for 2025, Tucker Allen of Ventura, California.
He's shaking hands with the chairman of the board, Pat Man Phillips. Stepping in right now, representing Mattress Firm, is Garrick Davis, our senior sales manager, along with Chris Bowman. Big thank you in the steer wrestling to Mattress Firm.
And then there were 4 in the Cowgirls barrel racing. Championship round, shootout round, sponsored by S&B Engineers and Constructors. Kinzel, Pinkston, Tanazi, and Mowry. AC, the college kid, surrounded by 3 other champions of the world. So we're starting with the fastest run. And this is going to be Haley Kinzel, the Egg Econ Major from Texas A&M and the 4-time champion of the world on Sister. Gonna set the pace and the bar for the rest of the field. 1 to the right, 2 to the left. Somebody talk to the champ. 14:52. That was faster than her first trip.
I do believe that this Palomino mare, when you run her back-to-back, she said, I'm mad enough to make it work. All right, Minion Survey's going to bring us the next lady, and I do think this is AC Pinkston. Yep, it is. Stephenville, Texas. She won the rodeo at Texas A&M, the college rodeo. Let's see what AC has got to offer Purdy. This big horse can beat you going home. Not bad. Ooh, you're okay, you're okay. Kick, kick, whip. 1479. Puts her in the number 2 spot.
Did you see the way she pulled that horse off that third barrel with those reins?
You bet.
Oh, man. Watch it right here. This horse is craving the third barrel. Look at her hands going over to the right to keep him off that barrel. That was smart.
And speaking of smart jockeys, we're getting set for the 3-time world champion, Brittany Posey Tanazi. When Brittany showed up to Houston, she had 0 expectations. This is their first time to run together with this horse at a professional rodeo. And now they are here in the shootout round. Brittany Posey Tanazi, one of the greatest jockeys in the business. She can ride any kind of horse, and they've been making flawless runs all of Rodeo Houston. They go into that first barrel, it's bobbled, but it's still up. Headed into that second, Brittany is riding so aggressive to make sure that Bobby hits every single spot. Sit, turn, nice third barrel, now we just watch the clock. Wow, and a 14:59 is gonna put her second. What an incredible showing for this team at Rodeo Houston. Brittany Posey Tanazi, flawless run, still chasing that 14:52, and Haley Kinzel.
All right, Cassie Mowry's about to enter, make the dodge to the left. And let's look at it. The 2024 World Champion, 2017 Houston Champion, 5-time qualifier. Oh my goodness, let the big horse run. Check, check, perfect on the first turn. All you gotta do is be 14:51. She's running out at Houston, help her. A little wide, leaving that last one. 14:50. She does it, she does it.
By 2/100ths of a second. You can't blink your eye in 2/100ths of a second. Unbelievable for the champion of the world. now going to receive her second Rodeo Houston title. She won 4 go-rounds in a row at the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. When it's all said and done, she'll win more than $73,000 at Rodeo Houston, 65 grand for that 1450, then 30 for Haley, 20 for Brittany, and AC, well, the college kid, will cash in for 10,000 more. Folks, we don't have the time to tell you what has went on in the last year of Cassie Mowry's life, but you should know she is being blessed after blessing after blessing. Let's go down to Janie.
Our reigning world champion, Cassie Mowry, this is your second title here at Rodeo Houston, but what does it mean to now win this on a different horse?
I don't know, I'm so grateful for this horse. He just seems to rise up to the occasions. He just knows when I really need him the most.
Anyone who loves barrel racing knows that this setup can be really difficult. What does that say about Jarvis's ability to handle anything you throw at him?
Well, we've been in practice every chance we can get. We had to work on a lot of things, but he's been taking it really well, and he's learning, and he's turning into a more solid horse because of it.
I would say he's definitely solid, and your work paid off. We're going to take a look at this ride. You can take us through it and just talk about how amazing you and this horse are.
Yeah, we finally nailed our first barrel. That's been a real struggle for us. He's been clocking really good through this Houston trip, but I've just not nailed the first barrel, so I was really proud of the first barrel that we got. And after that, he's been pretty good, pretty quick in his turns, and he always runs as hard as he can.
Coming around that third barrel, did you know that it was going to be that winning time?
I didn't. It was so tough and so close. It comes down to thousandths of a second. You really don't know.
You were the fastest. Congratulations, Cassie Mowry, our barrel racing champion.
We want to welcome Jeff Seitz, the Chief Executive Officer of S&B Engineers and Constructors, along with Pat Mann Phillips and Dr. Chris Pullman. Let's hear it for the world champion and the Rodeo Houston champ, as we say thanks to S&B Engineers and Constructors.
All right, folks, stay with us. We're rolling with the ladies of the WPRA, and we're coming right behind them with the Breakaway Roping, sponsored by Oxy. There it is, Brady Good at the top of the list, and she's going to go first. Abilene, Taylor Munsell, Bo Peterson, Joey Williams, who just won the long round. Here's Brady Good, Abilene, Texas. Boyd and I are bragging on the horses they ride in this family. She was fourth in the long round, first to go in the short round.
So we look to the NFR qualifier from 2023 to set the bar. Split third and fourth in semifinal one with a 3-3. That's what she did here in the 10 round. Trying to be a hair faster. Look at that concentration. She wants to see what she needs to see from that calf's head. They want to see it looking straight ahead, and then they don't want to leave their horse sitting too long. They'll cramp up a little bit. So she, as they're working with that calf, she rides him forward and sets him in the back. Again, a light rein, very light rein. Calf probably a little farther back than she wants him. She probably wants him up there maybe another 6 to 8 inches. But she wants to be able to see his head, too. There it is. Come on, Brady. There you go, kiddo. There you go. That's $1 million smile, and that might be a $65,000 run. 2.8 for Brady Good. Yippee-ki-yay.
All right, now the bar at 2.8. What can you do, folks, in 2.7 seconds to win $65,000? Taylor Munsell, she's used to it. Here is a champion of champions. She was 3.9. You need to pull a second or better out of that one. 2.6 here already. You've done it once, do it again. Taylor, Alva, Oklahoma. Whoa, 2.7.
Woo! Are you kidding me?
No.
Did she just take the lead by 1/10?
Yes.
Come on, Houston, explode. 2.7 for a cowgirl. who has a master's in education. And she is putting an education on in this breakaway.
With 2 to go, Bo Peterson of Council Grove, Kansas. She needs her fastest time yet at 2.6 as she spins it. But the rope comes off. A no time for the lady from the Sunflower State. No time for Bo Peterson.
All right, Joey, let's go 2-6. You can do this. She's raised 3 kids. This ought to be easy. Number 5, 6 in the world of the WPRA. Come on, Joey Williams, Bullberg, Montana. Oh, no. No, she broke the barrier. Oh, she would have done it with a 2-4. Give her a hand anyway, folks.
Watch this, watch this. How close is she? Stretching it about a foot off the line. You can't falter, folks. When you got a 2.7 and a 2.8, at least she rode out there to win first. That's the mark of a champion. 12-4 will put her in the number 3 spot. That's $20,000. That's not all bad. So Taylor Munsell is going to get a big check. $65,000. Brady Good 30, Joey 20, Bo 10. Taylor will be over $70,000 in earnings at Rodeo Houston once we add in what she's won previously. So Munsell, a 4-time NFR breakaway roper, and this has got to be, of all the great things she's done, this has got to be the biggest win of her career. Andy, you got her?
I do. I have found Taylor. And Taylor, I want to know, you kind of reached when you threw your loop out there. Were you a little nervous when it left your hand?
A little bit, but Brady put the pressure on me, and I knew that's where I needed to throw to make it work, and I'm so thankful that it did work and that my horse, he did his part to make sure it got there.
Okay, well, a picture's worth 1,000 words, so I want you to watch this replay and tell us what you're thinking.
Whenever Jackie yelled, yeah, right there, I was like, oh, you got him. You just got to make the run here, and he stepped a little left. Thankfully, my horse stayed moving through my throw and let that get on around the neck.
I think you liked it, too, because at the very end, it was like, oh, there's the big $65,000 smile. Now, is this going to change what you do for the remainder of the season?
No, not really. I love rodeoing, so I'm still going to go to all the rodeos I enjoy going to, but it's going to be nice to be doing it with a little bit of cushion.
Nothing wrong with a cushion here at Rodeo Houston. Congratulations to our champion in the breakaway roping, Taylor Munsell.
Well, our champion's being joined by, this is Sam Lombardo, Director of Community Relations and Employee Engagement from Oxy, along with Pat Man Phillips and our CEO and President, Chris Bowman. Oxy, thank you.
How many of y'all want to crown a champion in the bull riding? 4 men left standing. It's sponsored by Rock and Roll Denim. And right, Moody, Shala, and Hutchie. Wow. 2 young guns and Moody and Shala, 2 veterans. We start, I don't know if we've said this yet today, but folks, that guy right there is an 8-time world champion. He's a 5-time world champion all-around cowboy. He's a 2-time world champion bull rider. And he's a world champion saddle bronc rider. He's getting on a bull. That's going to be a handful. This is Vitalix Preacher. This is the bull they won this rodeo on last year with an 87-point ride. Steps it right. First to go. Makes a move. No.
Oh, did that bull give it back to him? Anytime you get your upper body whipped down that hard, the bull did it with the left hip. Watch closely. Here we're good. It's coming. Bull goes, excuse me, see ya. And he did roll him out of there. Get you another look at it.
I was impressed how he got his feet back on that rope after the second jump, but that toss on the Preacher. That's a good kid, folks. One of the most humble men you'll ever meet. Uh-oh, here we go. Mason Moody, ready to ride Ringland Road. This kid is 21 years old, the Badlands Circuit Finals champion. Ringling Road is 33-5. Oh! That's the second time that bull's done that at this rodeo. You'll actually see this bull again in our hard luck moments, and this is his trick. This is his trick. He's gonna blow your feet back and bring his head right up onto your helmet. Oh, watch his face. Bam! And again, you'll see that bull do it to a different cowboy in the hard luck moments coming up later in the rodeo.
All right, let's see if we can get dialed in. That's the name of the bull that Wacy Chala has. Folks, here is the champion at Reno last June. Here is the man who's moved into the #1 spot since we started here 19 days ago. This is smoking hot. Oh, get around away from his head. Get around. As you get a chance to look at it, this bull has got a whip to him, and right about here he's going to handle him. When the hip comes to get you, that just doubles the centrifugal force that your body's going to take a body slam from.
So this is what it boils down to, Tristan. You ride this bull, there's no ride-off. You don't have to come back and get on another one. You will be the champion of Rodeo Houston. Folks, I'm one of the biggest fans of this guy as a bull rider because he's a firm believer the way you get better is by getting on live animals. He doesn't practice with a machine. He practices by getting on live animals. And this is one of the toughest humans you're ever going to meet. And he's on a heater right now. He's ridden 11 out of the last 13 bulls he's nodded his head on. He's ridden 3 of 4 here in Houston.
Perfect start, Hutch. Keep breathing.
After just being 86.5 points in the long round.
Perfect start.
Dialed in is the bull, 61% buck-off ratio. Wacy Chala. He's tried him. Stetson, he's been 89 at Denver. That was just in January. The bull knows his jaw. Tristan Hutchings, I do believe what Boyd just said, the more you get on, the more often you're going to win. We're out of there with the man from Idaho. It's working. Yes, 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 yes.
Woo-hoo! That's 12 of 14. The only man to survive in the shootout round gets a hug from Dusty Tuckness. This two-time college national champion. How loud can you get for Tristan Hutchings? This will win him $65,000. The bull going away from his hand, going right on a left-handed bull rider that is so difficult to keep your shoulders square. Oh, it's immaterial, but we got to score the ride. How about 91.5 for Tristan Hutchings?
That is $1 million smile. And you got to think about it, folks. He's nearly at $75,000, $73,000. So he had a lot of money. One coming in. Chala going to run second. Right third. Mason Moody, you keep up the good stuff. You're fourth at $20,000. Oh, we'll take him down. I do believe. And Janie got him. We'll get him in spot. It should be Andy. Well, they'll both be the same height. No, Janie's got him. They'll be the same height with her.
Tristan Hutchings, you have been amazing all of Rodeo Houston, ridden the last 12 out of 14 bulls. How special is that consistency to lead you to your first title here?
Consistency is key. About a week and a half ago, I had $0 won in the PRCA. I had a torn PCL, MCL coming off the finals, so I haven't been back at it too long. So I'm thankful to
win this money and being able to go at a world title now.
How much does this money change your season?
It changes the whole thing.
We're going to take a look at that ride. The only qualified ride, 91.5 points. What did it take?
A lot of grit. He had me bucked off several times. I'd like to be able to go to the front a little bit more, not bend at the hips so much, but it was fun. It was a blast. The four-man bulls all four of them were awesome.
This entire stadium was cheering for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tristan Hutchings, your champion in the bull riding.
Oh, and he's going to get the saddle and the buckle. That is Shannon Sneed from Rock and Roll Denim, joined by the chairman of the board and the president of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Tristan Hutchings takes it all home. Compliments of Rock and Roll Denim. Real quick, folks, they tell us that Wasey Shala, the kid that was knocked out, is up, awake, and answering questions. Don't go anywhere. A special tribute to our favorite animals when we return.
Life on the road of a rodeo athlete can be challenging. That's why United Airlines is thrilled to reunite rodeo families and bring them along for the ride.
Jackie Crawford holds 23 world titles as a breakaway roper and is the 2024 Rodeo Houston champion. She dedicates her time to balancing her roles as a competitor, trainer, wife, and mother. Originally an Illinois cowgirl, Jackie now calls Stephenville home with her husband Charlie and their children. Jackie spends a lot of her time traveling to rodeos and back home to see her family, so we want to make sure that the Crawford family is reunited as often as possible with airfare from United Airlines. Jackie, you were selected by your peers because they think you deserve this, and so do we. Congratulations, Jackie. You are tonight's Rodeo Reunited family, sponsored by United Airlines.
For generations, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has welcomed professional athletes from around the world who come to compete and take part in one of the most exciting and celebrated events of the year. But the Cowboys and Cowgirls admit they'd be nothing on their own. They fully rely on their partners. And now, Oxy is honored to present the other part of the team that these athletes cherish, the part of their team that they love and fiercely protect, just like a part of their family. This is historic Rodeo Houston footage from over 3 decades ago of a legendary mare named Hilda Blue. She was the Saddle Bronc Horse of the Year runner-up in 1989 and competed for 10 years in the Rodeo Houston finals. And this is her 20-year-old great-great-granddaughter, Blue Bonnet. That is Hilda Blue's great-great-granddaughter. She, too, is a mother of 12. She's bucked at top rodeos across the United States, including here at Rodeo Houston. These animal athletes were born to be bucking horses. And soon enough, the youngest member of Hilda Blue's bloodline will be setting records of her own. That is Baby Blue. And she was born right here at Rodeo Houston just a couple of weeks ago. And Baby Blue is Blue Bonnet's daughter. You know, some horses are born to run fast. Some are meant to work with cutting precision. But these athletes were born to challenge their riders. Bucking comes natural to these broncs, and it's our responsibility and our honor to make sure they are cared for with respect, because they're a part of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo family as well. And they represent both the legacy and the future of our rodeo. So what do you say, Texas? Let's give all of our human and animal athletes a big, warm round of applause. And as they exit this room to the north, we'd like to once again say thank you to Oxy for presenting our Born to Buck legacy. Thank you once more to Oxy.
Earlier this week, the rodeo world lost a legend, and we at Rodeo Houston lost a member of our family. We'd like to take a moment to honor Mike Servey. He was born on September 9, 1936 in Denver, Colorado. He joined the rodeo industry by becoming a rodeo clown at age 14. When his family purchased a ranch near Sterling, Colorado, Mike became the foreman and began producing rodeos soon after. He later purchased what is now known as Servey Championship Rodeo, and eventually the long-time relationship with Rodeo Houston began.
Mike Servey is not just a rodeo producer, he's a cowboy.
The Servey Championship Rodeo Company has been the official stock contractor of Rodeo Houston for more than 50 years. Mike became an integral part of Rodeo Houston, and his sons, Binion and Chase, continued the relationship after Mike retired. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo awards a scholarship in the name of the Servey family in recognition of the family's long relationship with the show. Mike's dedication to the sport has earned him numerous accolades, including being a part of the 2024 inaugural class of the Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame. Mike Servey's enduring contributions to rodeo have left an indelible mark on the sport, inspiring future generations and solidifying his legacy as a true legend of professional rodeo. He will be loved and missed by so many who worked alongside of him for decades, and his legacy will continue to shine bright in the rodeo industry.
I want people to know that I've been a blessed father, and I've been blessed to have a family like I have. I'm so proud of them, how they've taken this business, the rodeo business, ahead.
We are thankful for all Mike Servey did for Rodeo Houston, and our thoughts and prayers are with the Servey family.
Hey, folks, this is kind of important. We're going to ask you to download the Rodeo Houston app to join in on the light show just prior to tonight's concert. So you need to do that and then enable your microphone, because then your phone is going to blink with our light show prior to the concert.
Time now for the Miller Lite highlights of the night. You have watched one heck of a rodeo, from the tie-down roping to Riley Webb coming out of there, nodding your head, wishing you hadn't have, breaking a barrier and knowing what it just cost you. You watched Rocker Steiner above 90. You watched the world champion and the leader. Folks, it's been one heck of a night. Colder Todd, the talkative man, you got through it.
And then you watched a ride-off in the Bronc riding, where Rider Wright rode his way to his first Rodeo Houston championship. Then the bulldogging got busy, and only one man would remain standing, and that was the stunt man. And then the barrel racing gave way to the breakaway. We crowned two beautiful smiles and a champion, and only one man would ride a bull in the Final Four, as Tristan Hutchins closes out your Miller Lite highlights of the night.
And now it's Calf Scramble time, sponsored by Transocean. Folks, it's the all-star game of the Calf Scramble, the Super Scramble. These students were first to watch a calf, first to catch a calf every night. Total, tonight's playoff consists of 19 existent scramblers racing to catch a calf of 9 energetic calves.
So listen up. Everyone in this scramble is guaranteed of $1,000 tonight, but the first catch is going to get $10,000. The second catch is going to get $6,000. The third catch receives $4,000. That's why it's the Super Scramble. Let's join Andy and Janie to meet tonight's scramblers.
Thank you, Boyd. We are ready. 19 of the best on night number 20, all in 4-H and FFA. Janie, tell us about these scramblers.
Andy, there's a reason they call it the Super Scramble. These kids are all so excited to be here. Like we've said it, they're the best of the best, but I want to give a shout out to the 2 girls that are here. They've been here, they've done it. They're nervous, but they are so proud to be representing in the calf scramble. We have family and friends all cheering them on. Let's get it started with Conrad Whiteman,
Gavin Moreno,
Natalie Cole,
Colton Bilski,
Tegan Thompson,
Cole Bendeley,
Wyatt Nugent,
Addison Sanders,
Joseph Manganilla,
Baron Camp,
Hudson Heckler,
Elijah Harrison,
Seth Spivey,
Julian Lozano,
Justin Fowler,
Javon Galvan,
Nicholas Loftus,
Luke Moritz,
Aiden Ellawine.
Those are the 19 scramblers of the Super Scramble. Let's welcome them all to the championship. Each and every time we do this, there are 2 very special individuals that assist us in making sure everything goes as planned. First, we'd like to welcome our gate opener. It is the official veterinarian of Rodeo Houston, Dr. Greg Canopi. We would like to pause for just a moment to present this special back number to Dr. Canopi. He has been a volunteer with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo for 30 years and was recently voted the 2024 PRCA Veterinarian of the Year. Congratulations, Dr. Canopi, and thank you for all you do for Rodeo Houston. Accepting that award from Dr. Bowman and Pat Man Phillips as we transition to our calf scramble starter. It is the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Vice President and Officer in charge of the calf scramble. Please welcome Rick Jones. He will be dropping the hat as Dr. Canopi swings that gate open. The calves will come up the center alley created by our calf scramble committee to see who wins the Super Scramble. The calves are out. The 19 best from 2025 are ready. The hat is dropped. It's time to catch one.
Here we go. 9 calves, 19 kids, and we're getting some caught. These are the best of the best. These kids are the fastest, the strongest, the most focused. And here we go. We've got one caught right here, and it's already a battle out there, Andy.
As they try to hold on and put that halter on, they know exactly how this works. But today, it's all about speed. We got a calf that got away as they have to reset. Looks like number 2 has his sights on it. Gavin Moreno of Cy-Fair FFA.
Gavin Moreno, he's focused. He told me he's feeling good, and he's ready to rock the calf scramble. That's the kind of confidence you want to have coming into this. He's trying to put that halter on. Who's going to be the first one?
Looks like we got a halter on. It is number 18, Luke Moritz. Victoria County along with number 2, Gavin Moreno.
Oh, we got a cameraman down out on the field. But wow, what a race it was to be the very first one. But you know, from these hard-running calf scramble kids to our rodeo athletes, Houston Methodist and Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine is standing by in case of any injuries to our competitors in the rodeo or the calf scramble. They're always taking care of everybody. There goes Seth Spivey, number 13. He's a team roper. He just crossed the line. It's going fast out there, Andy.
Okay, so this is a full circle moment because the young man who caught is actually on camera with the cameraman he knocked down. Gavin, what would you like to say to this cameraman?
I'm sorry, but you were in my way. I had something to do. I had $10,000 to win, so I'm sorry about that.
He gave us the thumbs up. It's all good. Now, how exciting is this to get a 5-figure paycheck today?
You know, this is just the beginning. As a wise man once said about 3 hours ago, this scramble right here is just a sprint. What we have ahead of us is the marathon, and you know, I'm ready to lace up my shoes and start running, so I thank God. I prayed right before I walked out here that I'd catch first, and here we are right now.
You are one of the best that Texas has to offer, and what a great answer from Gavin Moreno on a catch in the Super Scramble.
And the good news is our cameraman Chase, he is up, he is feeling good. I think he wants a cut of that calf scramble money, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, what another great group of calf scramblers as they all try to get that halter on and try to get inside the box. There is number 16.
That's Jevin Galvin. He plans on going to the University of Texas when he graduates. He's a middle linebacker in football. I'm pretty sure him and his little brother were competing in the calf scramble earlier this week, and he's the successful one of the two, or at least the first one. We just got to talk these calves into crossing the line. Number 7's got one caught as well. Looks like number 8, Addison Sanders, she's got herself a calf, and they're rolling across the line. Way to go, Addison.
Definitely a tough competition. You know, I know we talk about it each and every night, but it's worth noting this program goes back to 1942 and has awarded over $21 million in certificates and prizes to more than 24,000 students. Friends, this is the future of agriculture in the state of Texas as they hustle to the center of our big box. It's a great group of kids, all in 4-H and FFA. And they've already caught, so they're gonna bring a steer or heifer back to the show, and they're gonna get to do it all again in 2026. How about we give all of our calf scramblers a big round of applause?
What a great group of kids and an amazing committee that puts all this together. And I think your interview said it best. This is just the sprint. We have the marathon ahead for these amazing calf scramblers. All 20 days, but the best of the best here in the Super Scramble.
I am down here with a great group of people, and I believe we have a special presentation for Ms. Rollins, do we not?
Yes, sir. Secretary Rollins, on behalf of 35,000 volunteers, we welcome you to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And as an organization that promotes agriculture, we are so honored and proud to have you here at Rodeo Houston 2025. And to commemorate this great occasion, we have a custom buckle for you, and it reads, Brooke Rollins, 33rd United States Secretary of Agriculture, in grateful appreciation for your dedicated service, commitment, and leadership to agriculture and the United States of America.
Now, Ms. Rollins, I know that you're not only a proud Texan, but you're a Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo scholar. So what does this mean to be able to come back to Houston and be part of this great event?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Texas, thank you to Houston. On behalf of my boss, President Donald J. Trump, what a joy to be here. "35 years ago, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Scholarship Committee saw something in a young girl named Brooke Leslie from Glen Rose, Texas, and provided the scholarship money that allowed me to go to Texas A&M, study agriculture development, and fight for my country every single day. And now what a joy today to be here with you in Houston, fighting for our farmers and our ranchers and our entire agriculture community. God bless you, Houston. God bless you, Texas. And God bless the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Secretary Rollins, for being here with us. It is an honor and a pleasure. Thank you to our sponsor of the Calf Scramble. It is our friends at Transocean. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, it's the Chuck Wagon Racing.
The best of the sounds of the rodeo are this Axis Sounds of the Night.
You know what I hate? What's that? When I gotta pee right before I gotta get on. Hey guys, how's it going?
Does this horse look like a donkey to you? Yes, sir, attaboy! Woo! Come get some barrel. Ow, that ground hard.
I'm gonna lose my necklace. Dude, what do you want me to do? Just got backdoored.
If I win it, I'll pay for the whole trip to Cabo. If you win it, you pay for the trip to Cabo. We're going to Cabo.
Yeah, you are. Thank you to Axis Sounds of the Night. Oh, that's good stuff. Hey, Chuck Wagon Racing time. The first heat will be brought to you by Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat. And we've been keeping track of who's picking races and who's winning races. And Boyd and Luis have edged the other two couples, so it's down to the day for Bob and Enrique and Andy and Janie. I think we should let Andy and Janie pick first, don't you?
I totally agree. Come on, pick one.
Way
Give
to
us
take
a
it
winner.
easy on us, guys. Okay, I'm going to really roll the dice on this one. Let's go Mustang Cat.
I'm sorry, say that again, Mustang Cat?
Mustang Cat.
Okay, all right. Now, Bob and Enrique.
What do you want to do? You want to go grocery shopping, partner?
Let's do it again. Let's go with Kroger. Kroger will be our pick.
Kroger.
Well, Luis, we're just going to have to whoop them like we always do with Chevron. Anybody that doesn't pick the Chevron wagon's going to lose, so we're going to win because y'all don't know how to pick. 2 laps around the arena. The first horse nosed across the white line on the west side is the winning wagon. Mustang Cat with the early lead. Kroger in the middle. Chevron drafting, saving our petroleum. That's right, but we got high octane when we're ready to let it roll.
Kroger, you get in the mix and stay in the mix.
What? Chevron? Chevron to the inside.
You guys are talking too much. This is the lap that matters. And Mustang Cat is picking their spot. Look out, it's the final turn. We're coming in the home stretch.
Come on, Kroger. Oh, my God.
I don't even have anything to say, Andy. Sorry, Enrique, you pick the next one.
People.
Wow, I think that's the first time that Bob hasn't had anything to say at all. But,
So
we
it's
didn't do much better.
It's down to one race. I kind of hope Bob and Enrique or Andy or Janie win this last one because we've got to break the rubber match.
Yeah, I'm not very good at picking these wagons, Andy. I'm going to give this one all to you.
Well, let's say thanks to our first group of sponsors, Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat. Now our second group is Baylor Medicine, Ford, and STXB.
Well, if we're up, then I'm going STXB.
Let's go with Ford. We're going to go with Ford. Bob, why not? We got to do it. We cannot end in last place.
F-O-R-D, Ford it is.
I've got a pretty good feeling that Baylor Medicine's going to win just because y'all two picked the wagons you did.
Texas, make some noise! How about a big round of applause for the drivers, Chevron, Bryce, Kroger, Lanny, Mustang Cat, Cody, and right here, Baylor Medicine. Miles, Ford is Renee, STX Beef is Reed, and then, damas y caballeros, vamos aquí con mucha velocidad. Arrancamos la carrera. Boyd.
I don't know how to speak Spanish. Take it away, Enrique. Take it away, Luis.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Damas y caballeros, ahí va. A los paisanos que están aquí, griten. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming out. Muchísimas gracias, damas y caballeros, por estar con nosotros. La carrera de los caballos. Boyd, here we go. Somebody scream.
Oh, Baylor Medicine's looking good.
Where is it? Ford wagon, go to the inside. Go to the inside.
Baylor. Oh my God. You people, you made this too easy. Everybody knows that me and Luis are campeones. We're campeones. I mean, this scoreboard, oh, put your signs away. Hey, let me just ask you two, who won the Chuck Wagon races at Rodeo Houston in 2025?
I'm just going to drop it to this one sign here. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Los campeones.
Who cares?
I think we're done. Hey,
Los campeones.
since there was a tie for last place, next year, losing team buys the trip, pays for the trip to Cabo.
Champions, boy.
Deal.
We are the champions.
Yeah, hey, Enrique, if the losing team has to buy something for the winning team, you better start saving your money right now there, Buckaroo, because we're going to get into your peso pocket in a big way.
Boyd, stop being a butthead.
I can't. I got to be me.
Come on, guys. It's our last day. We got to be happy.
right.
We're all
Big
team players.
Thank you to Baylor Medicine Ford and STX Beef.
Congratulations,
We
Boyd
still
and
have
Louis.
another competition that we have to crown a champion in. Mutton Bustin' is coming up really quick.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a word from our chairman of the board, Patman Phillips.
The rodeo is just a great fit for me because it's just part of my DNA. We grew up learning the great values of ranching and farming. I think the great thing that the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo does is we celebrate our great, rich history of Western heritage. Very important that everyone understands the importance of agriculture in their everyday lives. The food that they receive on their table and the clothes on their back, and you don't have any of that without agriculture. And it's important that we make that connection with the public so that there's an appreciation of the people and the resources needed to make those things happen. One of the best things is seeing the kids and the students that are out there showing their projects. We need to continue to foster this educational opportunity for kids that are the next generation of farmers and ranchers and scientists and engineers that are going to help us produce the demands needed in this society. We have people coming here from all over the world that want to understand how we are able to do this each and every year. And our answer is we have 35,000 amazing, hardworking, dedicated volunteers. They are coming to the show to unite together for a common purpose, to serve their community through the mission of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And because of that, we're able to put this show on every year. We've done it for 93 years, and we want to do it for the next 100.
And thank you, Madam Chairman.
It's time to vote for the hard luck moment. You be the judge as we name tonight's winner. Watch the replays and your applause will determine who had the toughest luck.
Okay, y'all, this is where we really need you to get loud and proud. These are the 4 highest scored hard luck moments of the entire rodeo. They all got over 100 on their score when we showed them to the audience that they were featured in. But this is championship night. Whoever you cheer the loudest for is going to get a big old prize from Rodeo Houston. So let's take a look at our hard luck moments of 2025. Remember, I told you you'd see this bull again? Bam! Jerks the man down. That's Jacob Cariz. Watch this. Head up, head back. Boom! Knocked him out cold. Come on, y'all. Set us up with 100. Go!
Okay, 95. Folks, they've already got 101 time. Let's go with Clay Jorgensen in the bareback riding. Now you think this is tough to beat your butt? Ooh! Once, then twice. It knocked the air out of him for 20 minutes and put a kink in his neck. He still got it. Let's help him.
'94. We're going the wrong direction. Hey, I can't tell you where this bull steps on this cowboy, but your eyes don't lie. Your eyes don't lie. Where does he get stepped on? Whoa! Yeah, this is J.R. Stratford, Texas bull rider, and you can see it with your own eyes. Now, I need to get to 100, and we need to do it now. Go!
What? 99? Well, wait till you see Tanner Ross, Minnesota's fine young man in the bareback ride. Folks, this is a killer. Bucks him off at the end of the 8 seconds in his hand. His hand is hung in the rigging. The horse is kicking him in the kneecap. Horse kicked him in the back of the leg. His hand won't come out. The pickup men are trying to get to him. This took the juice right out of him. Folks, he won't be the same for the next 90 days. Help Tanner now.
How about 100 for Tanner Ross? And he is going to be your Hard Luck Moments winner and get a special prize from Rodeo Houston.
Well, we're finally there. The last contest of the day. It's Mutton Bustin', and it's brought to you by HEB. Let's go down to Janie and Andy and their entire staff.
Yeah, we do have a staff. It takes a lot of people. We have our own committee, too. But tonight we got the Mutton Masters.
Yes, and we have often been called the Mutton Masters ourselves, but tonight is where we pass the torch. The grand champion, Mutton Buster, it's going to be in this group.
Here we go with Lane Black of Santa Fe, Texas. Lane wants to grow up to be a veterinarian. Let's see what we can do.
Loves the bull riding. You can see why. Wow, what a great ride to kick things off. We rode all the way to the end of there at the flock, and we are up. We were happy to be back.
Jasper Mize of Lumberton, Texas. Go, Jasper. I love those shafts.
Oh, man, what a cowboy right there. And Cowboy Cool in those shafts. Good job.
Mason Dillingham of Houston, Texas. Would love to be a frogman. Loves eating elephant ears.
How cool is that kid right there? What a great ride. Welcome back.
Peyton Wells of Dallas, Texas. 5-year-old Peyton. Loves barrel racing and eating cotton candy.
Wants to be a veterinarian when she grows up, and how great is she in her adorable rainbow boots? Good job, cowgirl.
Milo Macias of Houston, Texas. Milo loves snacking on turkey legs and wants to play in the NFL someday.
You're in the right stadium, kid. Way to go. Let's make it happen. We're on the way to the end of the pin. Tucked and rolled. Good ride.
Elena Shelnick of Sealy, Texas. Likes wagon races and wants to be an artist.
I remember this awesome cowgirl. She has the Mutton Bustin' figured out. Wow. She had to hit the fence before she came off that sheep.
Chance Rice, 6-year-old Chance of Texas City, Texas, loves riding the rides and wants to be a boss.
He is a boss in the Mutton Bustin'. Good job.
Eshell Baker of Montgomery, Texas. Eshell hopes to own a hotel someday.
What an incredible business venture. And an awesome Mutton Buster, too. We're doing some trick riding in the Mutton Bustin'. Good job. That was impressive.
Yes, it was. Rivers Rich, 5-year-old Rivers of Houston, Texas, wants to be a quarterback. Okay, Rivers, you got the name to be a quarterback.
Let's run the play. Here we go. Oh, good ride.
You can't make this up. Houston's Tiago Borjas wants to grow up to be Spider-Man.
Well, and he looks like Spider-Man hanging on the side of that sheep. He makes a right-hand circle. Now he's cutting back left. We're still on. Wow, these kids are so impressive.
Those spidey senses are on point. Alexandros Lamnatos, 5 years old from Houston, likes eating corn dogs and loves the big bulls.
Wants to be a builder when he grows up, and he's building a great ride on that sheep. We're still hanging on. We're a part of the flock. And we're up. We're happy.
Rob McDowell, wants to grow up to be a shark cage diver.
Oh, I remember this kid. So impressive. When he was here, now he's back. Good ride. This is going to be a tough one to judge.
Jordan Allen of Houston, Texas, likes eating funnel cakes and wants to be a police officer. Here is a future first responder. Hold on, Jordan.
Come on, Houston, let's hear it for him. He's making a great ride. That was all try. Awesome effort. Way to go.
Waller, Texas is Logan Solt. Logan loves eating steak, wants to be a storm chaser.
He is the storm, Andy. Look at this go. We lost a boot, but it didn't throw us off. Good ride.
Carolyn Dorton of Montgomery, Texas, loves watching pig races and eating cotton candy. Those things you can do at the same time.
Carolyn, such an awesome little sheep rider here, and we're making a great ride. And one tough cowgirl.
Mila Pennington of Raymondville, Texas. Mila loves barrel racing and wants to be a veterinarian. Hold on tight, Mila.
Come on, Mila, let's make it count. Good job. What a ride.
These are the best of the best. They have been here before and they have come back. And you see that championship night banner for those that are riding here for the second time. But there is one that always rides just a little bit farther, and they get the biggest prize of all on our championship night. It is the buckle that says overall champion for 2025, and our champion gets to hang out and chat with our own Janie Johnson.
Tiago Borjas, you are our grand champion in the mutton busting. Now, you made such a good ride the first time. You got to come back all over again. What do you think about the mutton busting?
I practice with my dad.
Oh, you practice with your dad. Do you think that that came in handy here at the rodeo?
Yeah.
Hey, I saw something on your bio. What do you want to be whenever you grow up?
Spider-Man.
Well, you had some Spider-Man skills, and that's why you are the grand champion. Abel Martinez from HEB is going to present you this grand champion buckle. Let's hear it for our champion, Tiago Borjas, in the mutton busting.
Thank you to HEB for sponsoring our Mutton Busters.